There's the Alpinist.
Yeah, we saw the Alpinist, which was very exciting for me personally, CJ. Not necessarily Dorothy.
So we're working our way up the side of. Is it just called the Widow? The peak itself is called the Widow, I believe.
Yeah. The Widower.
The Widower?
No, this one's the Widow. I don't know what you're talking about.
Is this the Widow?
God, this is a female-ass peak. This is
getting frostbite all the way up.
Yeah, we got an enormous amount of frostbite as we're working our way up. We're investigating both the kind of legend of the Widow on top of the peak who, marries men and then just fucking kills them. Because we think she might have something to do with what was going on down in the mines down at the base of the mountain that was causing everyone to go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. On our way up, we got some frostbite. We had some grand reveals that Deanna didn't think were reveals, so she interrupted, but then we got back on track. We did a number of things going up the side. We got cats eating rabbits. What else happened while we were working our way up the mountainside?
We saw our reflection in the mountain, and we saw ourselves older, and Sutton was skinny and weak, and Dodie was wrinkly and ugly, and Cordoni was fading away, and Ridley had wings. Yeah.
I feel
Cordoni
Ridley
was like rusting.
The coolest. Yeah.
That's because I'm not gonna be old. I guess I'll be older.
Yeah, the rest of us are gonna be dried out husks of human beings. We got mugged, I think would be the appropriate term, by some robots.
They stole Brody. It didn't really matter.
Well, they also momentarily kidnapped Little Justice.
It does matter.
It matters to Ridley.
It matters a great deal to Ridley, and we all care about Ridley, so we must care about Brody. And they sent us to go get the Ancestor, which was that goat that we're all so excited about. But we discovered that goat, which is the Alpinist, just kind of like a mountaineering goat bot.
With fire.
That shoots fire, yes. Amid a bunch of cult stuff that Cordoni, for some reason, knew a whole bunch about. Cordoni, what did we find out about these cult stuffs?
Oh, we found out the cult stuffs was in regards to the Cult of December, which is a cult that lives in the Northern Hills and worships the Tyrant December, who is the Tyrant of Winter.
And they're super
cannibalism.
Cool and super chill. Oh, cannibalism. Tell us more about the cannibalism.
The cannibals eat people.
Oh.
What?
They eat people's hearts specifically? Like they dig them out and stuff?
Well, they'll eat any part of a person, but, the heart is, ceremonial for certain rituals and stuff.
Okay.
There's not much meat up in the Northern Wastes. If you don't off a mountain, not much meat.
But we saw rabbits. We saw the rabbits. They have choices
are hard to
and
catch.
options.
People go down if you harpoon them. If you harpoon a person,
also saw
they drop.
a mimic.
We also saw a mimic.
I
That
don't
was
know if we
nasty.
knew exactly in character for sure that it was a mimic, but we did know it wasn't human and that it had a sort of like, it looked like it had a pneumatic limb, but that limb was flesh. So we
Like
were
a
like, well,
flabby.
that's weird. And then CJ went, mimic? But Dorothy went, wow, that's sure weird.
And then we moved
Gross.
on.
Moving on.
Let's
then
move on
Dodie-
swiftly from the flesh metal over there.
And then Dodie almost got arrested.
Yeah, we reached the top of the peak
yeah!
to like
How
a
about that?
ice chapel, and then the cops showed up.
And then the
Yeah.
cops showed up.
And they said
threatened
this
to-
heterosexual killed her husband. What
Not
did he
just a
accuse you
cop,
of specifically?
the William Hutch.
The William Hutch.
A cop showed up, accused me of not only being a murderer, but also, potentially worse, a heterosexual.
It's not so bad being a heterosexual.
Sorry, Zach.
Yes,
You're
exactly. We
all
judge
alone,
you.
Literal
all
worst.
by yourself.
Biggest crime.
We love you anyway. How does it feel to be marginalized?
You're the only.
Sorry, and thanks for being a good sport.
I'm not sorry. All right,
I'm
so
not
this
sorry.
cop shows up and tries to arrest Dodie because her fiance, who was shot in the head, came back to life in the streets. She was like, "I had nothing to do with that, officer."
And
then,
she shot him. She shot him.
Do we know that for sure? We know that she.
It
shot
was
him?
in the story. That was what he said.
That's what he said. He said that she's being accused or at least investigated because he died from a gunshot wound and then came back up in the street. Is that right?
Ain't no one got that much
No.
accuracy except for Dodie.
I mean, okay.
Never mind the fact that he's clearly surprised.
Dodie
very
was.
clearly surprised.
Dodie is an expert marksman and does have the ability to resurrect people on a touch.
But she
Touch.
was also sending a bunch of letters to a gentleman without a return
also,
address from our
She
hotel.
also skipped town right after that.
If you murder someone and you want,
She's
you,
a
and you want
beautiful
the cops
woman who
to
is
believe,
crying. Are we going to say she did anything wrong?
yes, Sutton, yes.
Look at her. Look at her.
Look at her crying. She did nothing wrong ever in her life. All right. After that, with her beautiful tears and also the strong faith that Ridley has in the United States police system.
This recap is good.
They managed to convince this cop who was here to arrest her to instead help us take out whatever the widow happens to be in here. And we
Yeah,
were just
'cause-
about to push open these big icy. I would love a longer description of this here church because I'm assuming that it's made of bones and ice, but it's been a little bit since I heard the description, so I'd love to hear more about it.
I think stone and ice.
No bones? No bones? Disappointing.
Well, I don't think there's any.
They eat those too.
There's no bones that you can see right now, but you're entering this
I'm so
cathedral,
sorry.
if you will.
Your voice
Ah.
suddenly sounds different. Did you unplug your mic?
My voice sounds different? I don't think so.
You sound a little
Hello?
echoey.
Me? Echoey?
Now you
Fuck.
sound a lot
Now
better.
you're fine, so you
Yeah.
need to bring it closer to you.
Okay,
All right.
sorry to do that. I just
Uh,
wanted to make sure before you got started.
Well, it's fine. So anyway, you're entering this cathedral, and it is a big arch. Yeah, it's essentially a big arch with no doors on the inside. But once you get through the arch, the wind kind of stops howling, and you are going to see. Let's move to what you actually see inside.
Oh, hell yeah. Let me see it.
Do we get stabbed?
Let's move
Immediately.
players there too.
Is it just England? Do we get stabbed?
Not England, unfortunately. We're
Those
still in
are
Malabar.
not mutually
Marginally
exclusive.
safer. But yeah, when you get inside, there's like rows of like rows of walls, almost like a maze. And as you're gonna see these rows, but then you're gonna see on some of the rocks there's like this like grimy yellow dust that's on most of the rocks that are scattered around. But on the walls, you also find that there are like carvings into it.
I take
Carvings.
out the thing. Does it match the things that we found in the floor in the organ tunnels? I'm really preempting here. Okay.
No, this is more artistic.
Okay.
They're figures. Some of them look kind of human. Some of them look kind of not. Like, but they might be dancing. They might be they're doing something is depicted here. But if you want to flip me
Art?
Literacy.
Art?
Literacy or art? Or art.
Literacy?
I don't
no,
have
literacy,
that
you
too.
said it now. Can
One of the two.
I flip a literacy? I've got stars in it.
Hold up, real fast. I promised you guys a dramatic reshuffle when we got to the top. So now we're going somewhere new and interesting. So we're gonna reshuffle this deck real fast.
And that means we all get to draw one of these here things, yeah?
Yeah, go ahead and draw a new card because we are recalling the deck and shuffling it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
hell yeah.
Fancy cheat cards.
Dramatically.
Can we all make a check
Dramatically draw.
here?
Yeah, well, why not? You're all looking at it. Go for it.
Yeah, let me see here. What kind of check do I need to fail to draw another one?
I'm gonna get a 14 of literacy.
14 literacy. Okay, the TM was 9, so absolutely you'll be able to tell what's going on here.
I'd like to make an art check because... Oh, wait. Let me find something that's charmed so that I can fail it and draw a card.
Cordoni can read.
Can I do a music check?
What?
Never mind. I don't think I can game this.
Yeah, I don't think there's any music, but the air is very still here. It's you can hear the winds howling outside of it, but as soon as you step inside, like there's no roof on it.
Oh.
But no snow.
Could Sutton do a music check by comparing the song that we listened to back in the mines that they were the older miners were singing, and maybe see if we see any connections between these pictures and the songs of the lore?
That is so generous when I'm being just a little shit. I love that idea if you're willing to do that, but also no pressure.
Sure.
Hell yeah, brother!
I don't think you're gonna get anything. TM9 to get whatever you're trying to ask about, but sure.
Yeah, that's a 5. I failed it. I draw another card. Okay. All right. Sorry about that.
Okay,
What
sure.
does Cordoni actually learn?
That these figures are fighting. They might be in a war. You're not entirely sure whose side is who, or who's winning, or if any. There's just a lot of chaotic fighting inside of these murals that are being depicted. These carvings on the walls, not murals.
And both sides look human?
Some look like the Nephilim that you've seen on like wanted posters and shit. Some look like things you've never seen before.
Do any of them look like what we saw in Ridley's reflection just earlier today?
Yeah, Ridley's never seen a wanted poster of a Nephilim, so...
Oh, yeah, they would.
They would look like Ridley, like he did in that image?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, slightly bigger Nephilim.
I think at this point, William Hutch is gonna say, "Now, what y'all say was going on over here? There's a curse that y'all are trying to deal with, and y'all gonna find the curse."
Hey, Bill. I don't think you should touch this yellow stuff because it'll make you really angry. And we've been in touch with this kind of thing before, so we have actually dealt with it, so we know what it does.
Mm-hmm. That's gonna be Marshall Hutch to you. I haven't. You're still suspects right now.
To be entirely clear on what we're doing here, we are pursuing what has put a great deal of Union members at considerable risk in guild-run mines. And we are coming to find the cause and the root of that issue, which we have reason to believe might be here. Some of the miners believe that it's a curse. Some of them believe that it's some sort of magical deal with a legend. We're not altogether sure, but signs point to something less than pleasant.
I'm currently of the theory it is a magical born infection.
Magical
Cordoni,
fish.
Cordoni, what are they doing in this picture?
Fighting. It appears this affliction has been here for a while and potentially could have afflicted other Neverborn and humans who lived here before.
Well,
So this isn't something that somebody just made.
If the murals are anything to go by, and this is the source of it, it seems to be order.
Well,
Could I date the murals, by the way, Zach? Loosely?
yeah, are they carved into ice or into the stone?
They're carved into the stone.
Okay.
Date the
Could I give him a
murals.
little date from a 14?
Yeah, with the 14, you'll be able to see that a lot of these are worn down. Like there's, you know, when you see the statue of David and everything very, very nice and chiseled and everything, but things that have been there for a long time, they're a lot smoother than they used to be. Some of the faces are kind of like worn back into the stone, like people were running their fingers over it constantly, like people were constantly being pushed up against walls here. You know, things was happening here.
Bloodstains?
Potentially.
Okay.
I don't know if you're gonna see bloodstains. I think yeah.
It looks
Well,
well
no,
maintained then? Or does it just
No,
look
yeah, you will absolutely see bloodstains. There's absolutely gonna be some bloodstains here.
the
Change
colors
mine.
of blood?
Red.
Okay. Well,
this
yeah.
this yellow stuff.
Mm.
Does it lie on everything like dust, and is it heavy, or does it come from a source? Like, what's it look like?
Come from a source. I don't know if you'll be able to see a source of it, but it is kind of like splot. It's not everywhere, but it is kind of like it's splotches on a lot of the rocks, splotches on some of the walls. But I wouldn't say everywhere.
Do we know from past experience if like covering our mouths and our noses would help with not inhaling it?
I think we put bandanas on it. Well, was that for that?
I also doubt that would work. I do not have the capability of breathing, and it still affects me.
Yeah, because from past experiences, it was more of an aura, not so much. Oh, I'm wafting off pollen. You know, it didn't stick around too long
We
after
do some
after
kind
the
of,
threat
like
dealt
a
with.
survival or a medicine check to see if it's like, does this look more like these patterns of splotches on the wall? Does it look like, oh, like a splash from a wound where it went bah, or does it look like spores coming off? Is there any kind of check we could do to see how this kind of thing? Does it look like it was naturally put there? Is it splashed there? Like, how did this just get to be sitting all over everything?
Let me look at the skills real fast.
Like survival, wilderness, medicine. I know we got, or unless there's something that it's a very specific thing. Blacksmithing.
I think blacksmithing. Enchanting, maybe?
Oh, well, I can't do that at all. I'm gonna go up and take a look at it and say that seems magical to me. Does anybody know anything about that sort of fuckery?
No, not really.
Not
I'm
me.
afraid.
I
What
know a
about
little
you,
bit.
Mr. Hutch? What about you, Mr. Hutch?
Yeah, none of us
Speaks
know anything about
directly
this
over
kind of
Ridley.
thing.
Oh yeah.
Can't say this is any necromantic potential, if that's what you're asking.
Is that your area of expertise? And then kind of looks at him like that was a dumb question, but doesn't say it. She's just like, is that your area of expertise?
Unfortunately, I am a death marshal. That's why I am here, miss.
Right.
Right.
You're the first death marshal I've ever met.
Well, I guess that's that. Let's move on.
Well, most folks only tend to meet one death marshals in their life.
Or
I
there.
hope most folks meet none.
And we're real lucky because we made friends with one.
Yeah, and if you're real lucky, you'll get to see a ghost today. Let's keep going.
He,
I think
he has his pistol drawn.
Yeah,
On us?
Mr.
I think
He
we all
hasn't
have
put
our
it away
weapons ready.
since-
Yeah. We talked about that last
Mr.
time.
Marshall Hutch, we're talking about Brianna Boyle.
Right, the bringer of the curse.
That's right.
Potentially.
And we're gonna
But you
find
can't
out.
marry her.
Wouldn't want to marry a ghost.
That's excellent. Because there were a lot of gentlemen in that mine who seemed particularly keen on it.
Well, it's fortunate for them, I guess. I'm unclear about the ghost.
Ridley singing
It was
the song.
highly unfortunate for them.
Yeah, let me sing the song for you, Mr. Marshall Hutch, Bill. And then he'll start singing it.
Okay.
We
I
impart
don't
the
know the words.
legend to him.
Yeah, he like sings it right next to Marshall Hutch.
Son, if you want to give me the cliff notes of that, I'd mighty appreciate it.
Okay, so if you marry the widow, she will kill you. And
Okay.
We get him all the pertinent details that we know about this figure.
Okay, that's good.
Cardoni continues walking through.
Yeah. No, Sutton and Cordoni are like off while Ridley is having his
Normally
centrist
I'd say
fantasies.
that Dorothy takes up the rear, but I do not believe that Marshall Hutch would allow that to happen.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. So
just
he's
How
standing
close do you want to be to
Wow.
the Death Marshal?
Not how close do I want to be to a death marshal?
How close are
There's
you
an
gonna
answer
be
for
to the Death Marshal?
I reckon she's probably like you got Hutch and Ridley, Dorothy, Sutton Cordoni.
Okay.
and Brody.
Yeah, where Brody
yeah.
at?
Oh yeah, Brody exists.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, great. So I guess I'm gonna be in between my two favorite people because I'm such a polite and lovely heterosexual.
Yeah. We just want to make sure that you're surrounded by fine young gentlemen.
So I choose one. Yeah, here's the real spoilers. I'm gonna marry the Death Marshal.
Yeah. Honestly, if you're gonna go heterosexual, that would be the most interesting option.
Death Marshals are all,
Nice.
are all objectively cruel.
He's a
Objectively cruel.
hardworking young man.
Yeah.
And I'm just for the note, this is completely out of character, and I'm a woman who can sometimes touch dead bodies and accidentally bring them back.
You know
So,
the
yeah,
best way
just-
to hide from a death marshal is to be inside his house where he's not
Also,
looking.
so can Death. Also, like, so can some of the
inside
Death
his
Marshal
bed.
Corps.
It's true.
But look at
It's
you,
true.
you're wearing
God,
gloves anyway. You can just fool Elsa. Nobody ever has to know anything.
Feel, don't feel.
Don't
The
let it
Marshals as an organization do have necromancers.
Wait, but aren't Death Marshals dead? So if you touch them, will you raise them?
Oh god. Oh my god.
Don't
They're
touch this
not
man.
alive.
These
On
thoughts-
your wedding night.
These
Like, I
thoughts
can't take
race
these
through
off.
Miss Dorothy Rose Wesson's mind as she walks in between Brody and the Death Marshal further into this
If I
chapel.
touch him, will I bring him back? Oh shit.
Basically, they don't kill you, but they leave you in a state of sort of undeath. And basically, if you are competent enough, you will return to life. And then you rise up through the
Bill,
ranks.
is it true that you're dead?
Not as of yet. I'd like to keep it that way.
Cool.
I think at this point.
I'd like to, while we're traveling, if we're moving into a maze kind of area, right?
Yes.
Could I do any kind of like survival or wilderness check to see one, how recent the blood is, if there's like is it snow in here, or is it just stone? Is there any way to indicate there have been people or things with feet in here recently that have gone this way or another way, or recently or a long time ago? How bad of an idea was it to put on a full musical spectacular in the front room of this chapel?
As you bend down to kind of like, or look up to kind of get a
Aragorn.
lay of the land, or
I
whatever
I
you're gonna
do the Aragorn squat and I start sniffing snow.
You're going to hear some shuffling. It's kind of echoey in here. There's no ceiling, but on the far side of the maze there is like a the wall does kind of like extend up, and you'll see there's a higher portion in this area, and there is like a long spiraling staircase that kind of like comes down from the top to the bottom, or to the floor you're on right now, and an echo of kind of like shuffling heavy footsteps kind of like starts coming on down this pillar spiral staircase deal. It's heavy, it's kind of like uneven, and from what you can see, it's a humanoid, but it's kind of like hunched. It's all hunched over. There's like a big fucking hump on its back. It has like one boot on, but the other boot is like almost like it's hoof-like, you know. And it's limping. It's kind of like slapping its face a little bit. You'll hear like a fucking like kind of a growl coming out of it as it goes on down.
Is it like coming down like, oh, I heard something and I'm following it, or is it looking like it's doing its own thing? Like, has it noticed us, or he or she or they, whatever?
I don't think it's noticed you yet.
Everybody get down. There's so many little walls here. Let's just, I think, just for our ease, let's just, do people mind stealthing?
That seems wise.
I wouldn't flip any cards yet. But this thing, it's larger than a human. It has some like torn clothes, like the hump is kind of like torn, you know, kind of Quasimodo-esque, you know, torn over the hump. And it's coming on down the stairs, doing its thing. What are you guys gonna do about that?
We're gonna hide.
Can we inform Hutch, like get Hutch to actually see this? It's like hey look, we weren't lying, there's a fucking creature there.
I see a monster. Good thing we're all capable lot. I'd hate to have to phone back yet the Ortegas.
The Ortegas may not necessarily be the worst choice.
You should call the Ortegas. I want to see them too.
We're gonna stay low, and we're gonna, I know what Sutton would like to do is just keep a careful eye on this fella and just see where he's going, what he's doing, what path he's taking through. There's a maze in here, right?
Yeah, but there's a maze, and eventually he's gonna get out of eyeshot.
Okay,
So
but
you'll
is he
only see him
leaving?
for a
He
little
has a
while.
very specific gait, right?
Yes.
Is there ice or snow in here? Would he be leaving tracks? Or is it just dirt floor?
There's no snow, but there is ice. So maybe if you give me a decent wilderness check, you'll be able to see like what kind of some like cracked ice where he has stepped.
That's what Sutton would like to do. Is there anything anybody else wants to do while he's doing his thing?
I think at the particular moment, Dorothy is distracted and is just going to follow the advice of if Sutton says hide, she'll hide, and so on. So
That person looked hurt. Shouldn't we hurt or help them?
They also may be related to or afflicted by the current madness affecting most people. It'd be wise to ascertain that before engaging.
Yeah, I don't see any particular reason to attack straight off, but I also don't see a reason to introduce ourselves until we have a better idea of who this gentleman is. Yeah.
Bree, it's best to be safe.
Let's just try to slip on by then.
We're gonna try to stealth and I think follow his footsteps while remaining a good deal back, if that's possible. If
Okay.
that's comfortable.
I think at this point we're probably gonna go into an ongoing challenge because it's gonna be kind of a big deal to get your asses through the maze while avoiding the monster. So we'll roll into this ongoing challenge.
All right.
Okay.
Can I begin with the wilderness or survival? Let me see what would make sense to do here. Just to follow those tracks, would that be tracking, I guess. Which
we do have track.
Yeah.
We do have track. I might give you some wilderness to get the lay of the land. Yeah, it's gonna be
Track for
TN
wilderness?
11, I think.
I'm gonna go for wilderness because I have a +3 to that. And I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. That's all I can tell you I'm gonna do because that is what I'm gonna do. Oh hell yeah! I got a 16 of crows for a wilderness check. Huh?
That's not a margin of success. You beat it by 2, or you beat it by only 5, right? So it's TN 11.
I got a 16, TN 11. I beat it by 5. Yeah, so not a margin of success, but. And I'm not gonna cheat or anything.
Okay.
I could get. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna cheat to get my thingy. I'm just gonna succeed. I'm comfortable just succeeding.
Okay.
Getting to lay the land. How is it? Is it like a naturally formed? Are these like ice walls that look like druidically created, or is this like a very carefully constructed maze, or what's the vibe?
They're made of stone. As far as druidically created, I'm not
is it
sure.
organic looking, or is it like I made this with bricks?
It's not okay. It didn't make it with bricks. That's not what happened here. But yeah, it might have been like the figures were carved in, but as far as the ridges and the maze walls, not made with bricks, but they're kind of like just coming on out of the stone, out of the floor. And you'll see spots of ice, some more yellow rocks and more dust that's covered, in places. What else we got? What else we got going on, guys?
I would like to do a notice check. She's really hyper aware, just kind of keeping an eye out for anything that looks suspicious or harmful, or maybe like which way we should be going, sort of thing.
Okay, kind of like keeping track of where you've been before, keeping track of little landmarks and everything. Sure, why not?
And making sure, like, if, for example, from a dungeon sort of situation, if there's a trap, maybe I'll see it.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Okay, cool. What's my TN?
TN 11.
I've got the Red Joker.
Well, there you fucking go.
Yeah.
What's your total?
Plus 3 to that. So Joker is 13, 14,
Definitely
15,
margin
so
of success on
17.
that thing.
17. Okay, well that's gonna get you a margin of success, absolutely.
Woo!
So you're at 3 total. And yeah, you'll be able to keep your eyes peeled for anything. You got you know where you came from, you know where you're going, vaguely where you're going, but you definitely know where you came from. You're not gonna make the same loop around, You're not gonna double back on yourself. What
She's
else we got?
in hyper aware mode. She's like, I know what every wall looks like.
I recognized that card before.
Could I use evade to try and kind of nimbly move around and try to like make some headway into the maze to not lose track of them? Would that be evade? I don't actually know what stat that would be. Just evade was what I could think of for moving quickly around.
Evade? Evade might be a little bit tough.
I'm happy something else. I was just. The goal is to move quickly round and try to keep an eye on where they're going. Whether you think that stat would be, I'm happy for.
To move quickly through the maze and not get lost. The ones they give you is they give you acrobatics. Okay. The ones they give you are acrobatics, athletics, and stealth. But I'm willing to
Hell
console
yeah, athletics.
Evade's gonna be a tough sell.
I'm happy to do stealth. Stealth is fine with me.
Yeah, stealth might be better.
Okay, cool.
Evade is pretty fucking tough.
Yeah, I just kind of thought evade was the first thing I would have think of to move quickly. That's gonna be a 14 for stealth.
14, absolutely. With that TN of 11, you can absolutely sneak your way by. Maybe you heard him, off the down this path. You want to wait for him to like maybe turn the other way, and then you part on through. But you guys are halfway there with four successes. What else do we have? I think the only one left who didn't do anything was Ridley.
Can I use athletics to move things out of our way, like chunks of ice or rocks, and then possibly like move those larger boulders and things behind us, so that way it's hard. Wait, are we following them, or we're following them,
this
aren't
guy. Yeah.
I wouldn't say following.
Oh,
You're
okay.
trying to get up without him noticing you, because this guy.
We're trying to follow his trail like a good minute behind him at least. So we're within earshot so we can tell when he stops, so we don't just keep walking into him, but like we're not right behind him.
Yeah, you're because you're trying to get across the maze to get up to the top, right?
Yeah. We're trying to see where
Yeah.
he's going, essentially. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a twofold task.
So
If we can ideally, sorry,
no, go ahead.
like ideally, if we can see what he's up to in the meantime, that'd be great. But also, get through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. If you want to do anything to get closer to him and kind of like spy on him, I'll give that to you.
Can I use athletics to do that?
How are you going to use athletics to do that?
I guess climb onto something to get a better look from above.
Yeah, sure. I'll let you climb the walls. Climb the walls to get maybe a better lay of the land. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah, maybe there's some like holes in the walls he can climb. Okay.
It's carvings and stuff.
Yeah, but get a foothold. Maybe
Yeah.
step on this guy's face a little bit. It's fine.
We're essentially going, we're in like a stone maze, so I think the walls are only like head height or something. They're not like,
Yeah, I mean,
full
maybe
wall.
like 2 or 3 feet higher than head height.
Okay. But they're fully climbable.
All right. Let's see what happens.
You
All
can do it.
right.
I have full faith in you.
What is it? 11?
Yep, TN 11.
It's insane.
That's 6. I always roll bad. I feel like.
If it's athletics,
You were
though, you have
using,
advantage on it because of your dredge, right?
Yeah, that's a 10. I guess I could cheat it, but how does this challenge work? Like if we fail once, we get caught? Like how does this work?
No, if
So
you
I
get
can
a
kind
certain
of
amount
judge.
of failures, then you fail overall. But just one failure isn't going to do it. We would have to get a
Yeah,
lot of
one
failures.
failure isn't gonna make you. Isn't gonna give it to you.
And we're already halfway through.
Yeah. I'm
Save
looking
your
for 8
cheats.
successes.
8, and we're at what?
We're at 4 right now.
4? What do you guys think? Should I cheat?
I mean, it's very rarely ever one failure is immediate failure, so. But we don't
could
know how many
always-
failures we can have.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep the exact number of failures that kind of close to my chest, build up that tension, but it's not one.
It's
If
not
there's
one.
another failure, we might consider cheating that. I would-
Yeah, so I think for one, it should be fine.
Yeah, and we're
Okay.
going towards something we know is super dangerous, so I'm thinking we try to save our cheats as much as we can.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. All right, yeah. Then I'll just let it. He I guess I don't know what happened. Maybe he slips or something.
Yeah, you climb. You're trying to get a handhold, but it's like, oh, your foot slips on some ice, and you make a kind of a loud thud as you hit the ground, and then that noise kind of like echoes out, and then you hear a loud snort, and you hear some kind of like scampering,
Scampering. I don't care for
Yeah.
scampering.
moving quickly.
Sorry.
You're good.
Is it Sutton's turn now?
I believe
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
I'm looking
Yep,
through my
so,
notes.
We went through everybody. Let's keep it moving. Who's got an
Yeah,
idea?
I mean, unless one of our dear companions wants to help us out in any way. I'm just
Can you-
Oh yeah, that's
Can you
true.
do some magic?
I'm gonna treat them as subordinate characters for right now.
Yeah,
Uh,
that makes sense. he's coming along.
Can
and
you
seeing
send
what
us
we're
their
doing.
stats then? Because subordinate characters we can use.
Yeah, I sent you Brody's stats a while ago. You be quiet. I sent you Brody's stats a while ago. It's in the chat. But
I've got Brody's, but can we have Hutch's stats?
yeah,
Okay, my best overall stats are athletics, intimidation, homesteading, and wilderness. I feel like I'm best just doing wilderness again, unless I can figure out a reason why homesteading would be of any use to us whatsoever here.
yeah. If you want to do, you can use them again.
Yeah,
Absolutely
and
go for
I'm
it.
probably going to do wilderness again just to keep us going down the right path, following his weird little footsteps. Especially if I roll good on this, I'm going to tell you specifically what my question is, but I might not because I only have a +3 and it's a difficult check. So let's see. Okay. So, that's a 4, which would be a margin of failure, right?
A 4?
So which would be a margin of failure, so it would count as 2 failures.
Yes.
So I'm going to cheat that one, and I'm going to get an 11 of tomes, which is a success, which will automatically do my trigger and give everyone a +1 while they are in this environment because they are following my lead. While we are in this ice chapel, you have a +1 to every single check.
We love it.
It's
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I am going to use
Yay.
this is why I had to do that stupid music check. I could get rid of that thing. So I got a success, but nothing incredible. My question was going to be, he has one hoof out, right?
Mhm.
Here in the ice here, do I get any kind of, does it look like goat style? Does it look kind of like Ridley's hoof? Or is it just like impossible to tell just with passing the check?
With passing the check, I'll give you. You'll come across some tracks, but they're going to be. Because you saw the one guy was wearing a boot, right? You're going to see straight up hoof prints.
Yeah, he's got one boot and one hoof, doesn't he? Is there more? There's more hoof prints?
The tracks you come across have hoof prints.
Okay, I'm trying to follow the one that has one boot, one hoof, right? Am I still able to keep track of that? Or does it look like did he leave the boot somewhere?
No, you'll see them both. You'll see one set of tracks that has the 2 hooves, and you'll see one set of tracks that has a hoof and a boot.
Okay, where does the track set that's just hooves come from? Do I know, or do they just appear?
It's off in that direction, unless you want to.
Where they came from?
Yeah.
Like where they're going, or where this one came? Like they were walking together this whole time.
They cross paths.
They crossed.
Or the
paths.
tracks cross paths.
Okay, I'm not gonna follow that path, but I'm going to mentally and then out loud, very quietly note that somebody was coming from somewhere else, and then I got a very specific text from a very specific other person that I am going to also reassure everyone in the party.
Okay.
Am I able to do both these things in the same thing?
Yeah. The idea being, if you are close, because you have to be within a certain distance. If you're close enough to like put your hand on their shoulder, I'll give you. I'll let
Well,
you.
reassurance is everyone within a certain area. Can I give it to
Yes.
everyone?
If you feel, because we said a marching order before.
Yeah.
If you feel like you're close enough to put your hand on somebody's shoulder, then I'll give it to you.
To one person or to the whole group?
To anyone you feel close enough to.
Yeah, because it has to be one person specifically, right?
I don't think so.
Or it's just an aura
reassurance
of
is
reassurance.
everyone within 3 yards. So
Everyone within
within
3 yards?
15
Okay.
feet-
Then,
is it 15? No, 3 or 9 feet. 9 feet receive +1 to any duel they make. But I did just give everyone a +1 from my other thing. So I'm totally down for, because this is not technically dramatic time, just giving it to 1 or 2 people. Like, I think it makes the most sense for me to just turn to Cordoni, point to those footsteps that came from there, and tell them to just keep your wits about you. It's not something I'm concerned about, but we're on the same page, yeah?
Yeah.
So, Cordoni, you have a +2 for the next round. Everybody else has a +1 forever. Yeah. And that's the end of my turn. I did 2 things.
The reassurance is a 0 action, so I give it to people.
Yeah, no, I'm down for. Thank you for reminding me. That was really
Yeah,
good.
that's
I love zero.
Okay, I've with that note from
you did
Sutton.
5 now.
Yeah.
Good.
Can I make a? I'm making you a quest, and you can choose whether or not you want to give it me.
Uh-huh.
Can I do either a literacy or a potentially history? Literacy, history, maybe doctor. With my knowledge of, like, obviously Neverborn are not unknown. Like, you don't tend to meet them, but, like, you read about them.
Mm-hmm.
And there's posters about, like, oh, beware of this cave Nephilim. They live here and they'll kill everyone. Like, you know, the guild propaganda posters.
Yes.
With my knowledge of just reading them, and obviously Kononi quite likes reading things, would I be able to tell anything about what's here from, like, the Hoovers and stuff?
Sure. Okay. I'll give you that. I don't think this is gonna help you with the chat with the check. I'll let you do something else to kind of check. But yeah, if you want to read up on this, yeah, or just get some extra knowledge, yeah, make some history or literacy. One or two.
Yeah, you have +2 to any check that you make this turn.
Okay.
So for both, whatever checks you make.
So literacy is going to be an 18.
Okay.
No, 16. I can do maths. I did physics higher education. Anyway, 16.
The TN would probably be like 8 or some shit. Because it's relatively low stakes. But yeah, you'll see that this is. It doesn't match anything that you remember.
Okay.
So yeah, it doesn't look like a cave Nephilim, doesn't look like the bull Nephilim, doesn't look like any of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's smaller, but it doesn't look like a young Nephilim either.
So I'm kind of assuming it's not a full-blood Nephilim.
Yeah, if I can, I'm sorry I'm talking so much, but I'm thinking about, we were seeing even back on John Paul Jones, can't remember his name, the one who was beating up my brother in the basement, that he had like a tattoo that is similar to the symbol that is on our dear little half-blood prince here, Ridley, that like, it might be that people are actively being turned, like either purposefully or voluntarily getting these tattoos that are turning them.
Mm-hmm. Well, that is how half-bloods are formed. It's a ritual.
Okay.
So,
yeah. Is it like, when you say smaller, is it like human size?
A little bit bigger than human size.
Yeah, so am I correct in kind of assuming we're probably looking at half-bloods?
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Okay.
And sure, why not?
I did get a magic success on the knowledge check, so Coney's pretty smart.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think I'm going to go over another stealth check for the actual, maneuvery.
Absolutely. That TN is going to be 11.
That's going to be a no. And I am going to cheat in this 12 of masks, making that a 14.
A 14? Okay, absolutely. That one will
be a 4.
We are at 6 successes right now. So yeah, you kind of crouch down. Everybody kind of follows your lead. You hear the loud snorting because they know something's going on, and you know where to avoid it.
I would also have to apologize to everyone. I do not know what accent that no was. That was not my accent, and it would not happen again.
We're gonna make you Southern, Cordoni. It's only a matter of time.
It was also not a Southern accent.
It's the south of somewhere. It's fine. But who's up next?
I'll try Notice again. To be quite honest, if I wanted any better sort of modifiers, I'd either have to shoot the maze or talk to it. So,
well, Coney's gonna fix it, which isn't gonna come up.
Fix the maze. So yeah, I'm gonna flip Notice, and we're still at TN11. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Notice? Okay. Same situation, just really mostly not concerned with the Charlie maybe once in a while taken the pictures or the carvings or whatever, but is really more concerned with where are the entrances, where are the exits, where are we heading, where is the danger, like that kind of thing.
Yeah, I'll let you keep track of that. Absolutely.
All right, so we got 11 just.
Just 11. All right, that's good.
Yep.
We do have 7 successes. We only need 1 more to successfully outmaneuver this guy. Maybe 2 guys. We're not super sure. But who's up next?
It doesn't seem...
That-
We saw the footsteps come from somebody else. It's not like he grew extra legs, right?
That we know of.
Spider.
We saw when I checked it, it looked like
Biden
footsteps
F11.
joining from another area.
Like a Nephthar.
All right, Danny, you go ahead.
He could also like grow
alright.
extra limbs and they're walking in opposite direction. It just stretches him out.
I'm choosing to believe that's not what happened.
Like a big sausage dog, but with horns and black blood.
Like cows and cows and cows, but half blood.
I haven't thought about that in a long time, damn.
Okay, so we are towards the end of the maze, right? Like
Yeah.
that is kind of how we are feeling. Okay, I'm gonna I think Ridley, I think at some point, like maybe they would hear that the footsteps are stopped. I'm trying to think of a way to use thrown weapons. I want to distract them. Not with like explosives. I just want to grab a rock and like throw it and try to roll it in another direction to where they think it came from another direction as opposed to where we came from.
Okay. Sure, why not?
It's a grace check, so the way I would see it is like, oh, like he's trying to aim it in such a way where it looks like it came out from another path.
Hmm. Yeah, if you pick up a rock off the ground, big,
Like a small one.
yeah, softball sized one.
Small one.
And you'll
That's pretty big.
you'll hear them coming, or you'll hear the snorts coming from off that direction, and you're just gonna chuck it off that other direction. Yeah.
Roll it. I'm gonna roll.
He's being so subtle, so
You're
careful.
gonna yeet like a rugby ball.
Yeah, I'm
You're
trying to
gonna
be
stand
subtle
up out of the
about
maze
it.
and go, ha! And throw it.
Yeah, but
Okay.
yes, that's what I'd like to try to do.
So you're gonna roll it down okay.
Well, it's the same sort of concept. It's just I'm not chucking it. Like I'm not gonna pick up.
He's
a
doing it
rock and
underhand. Don't
chuck
worry
it.
about it.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm gonna roll it because it's gonna look like it was kicked. Is the idea by feet?
So are they being attracted to the noise that it
That's
makes?
the goal, yeah. And lure them
Yeah,
to
they're-
down a different corridor.
Okay. Sure. Sure. Yeah. Go ahead and flip me. It's TN11.
Okay. All right, 15.
15. Yeah, fucking buddy.
Hey.
Eh.
So
Hey.
this bird is being extra annoying today. So you roll you roll the rock. Sorry, Puckwood is being very annoying. You like a bowling ball almost. You take the rock, you kind of roll it down the corridor, and it glides along the rough rock floor, and it hits a wall at the other side. And then you are going to hear more loud snorting, and like charging footsteps coming at you. Or not coming at you, but like coming
Not at us.
Not at you, but coming down one of the corridors. And it passes by you and then turns down the corridor so you're standing over here. It's gonna come right in front of you, speed down that way where you got the toss the rock.
Okay, I guess we better get out of here.
When we get a gander
Yep,
at
oh.
this creature, is there anything bull-like in its appearance?
It's got This one is not the one that you saw coming down the stairs. It has two hooves. Its horns are more pronounced, and it has like long hair coming down one side of its face, all over its horns and everything.
Does it look
Like an
like
emo
a
Nephilim.
snow minotaur?
No minotaur, unfortunately.
Snow minotaur.
A snow
Minotaur?
Yeah, a snow minotaur in the labyrinth.
Also, in my mind, this is the size of ball that really decided to pick up in comparison to the rest of them.
Oh god.
The size of his head.
I just wanted an excuse to bring out Elton Gnome.
But yeah, it absolutely charges down, goes down the path, turns right. You get a good look at it, and it's not the same one as the first one. But with that, you do have the 8 successes you needed to get past this maze, and you scurry your way up the steps. And I'm going to put this bird downstairs because it's hella annoying.
Okay, I'll come get her.
Yeah, we'll edit this.
what we
Oh god.
The size of his head.
I just wanted an excuse to bring out Elton Gnome.
But yeah, it absolutely charges down, goes down the path, turns right. You got a good look at it, and it's not the same one as the first one. But with that, you do have the 8 successes you needed to get past this maze, and you scurry your way up the steps. And I'm going to put this bird downstairs because it's hella annoying.
Okay, I'll come get her.
Yeah, we'll edit this out of the episode. It'll be fine. Oh, we're back.
Well, we cut it all out. We didn't have any cuts at all.
I was
But,
still eating biscuits. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine. We
the
can also pause
birds
on
are
it.
locked in their boxes. It's fine. So we made it up the staircase.
What is up at the top of the staircase?
So when you get up to the top of the staircase, you're gonna come across it's almost like an amphitheater. It's still frigid up here, but no snow. There's no snow, no wind, but it is kind of like a bowl, amphitheater, looking down into a stage, and you're you come out between the stands and everything, and you'll hear some talking. So you on across from you on the stage, you're gonna see someone pacing back and forth, and she has a little microphone deal in her hands, and it's connected to there's a few kind of crates and boxes around, and she's pacing around. There's a Aether box is what it is, that is on the table, that is it's putting out static, but there's a voice inside, and it's like, I wish I had thought to bring the voice changer up, but focus, Esther, focus. You've done good work here, but we're not done yet. Can you please pay attention? And the woman is like, I am paying attention, but just promise me one thing, that I'll be there to watch the theater burn. It was me who was wronged. I want to be the one to burn it down. And the voice is like, of course, you'll be there during the final act. Don't worry about it. And it goes on. It goes, what do you got?
Do I know this Esther bitch? Was she working at my brother's theater?
She was the name mentioned in that book, wasn't she?
When did you get there?
Huh?
Did you know he was working on theater when you got there?
What do you mean?
To Ridley?
We've been to the theater. That's why Miss Dorothy Rose Wesson is with us. Did I see Esther on the paperwork as another person who was hired to perform at the theater that was actually just a wrestling ring cover-up?
Wrestling ring.
I know somebody wants my brother
don't
dead
think
because
you
it was in a
did.
book of poetry. What do you mean you don't think I did? That was the first act of this entire story.
Yeah, but how long before that did you show up to Ridley? How long have you been in Ridley?
I think 3 years or something like that. Several years now.
3 years?
Yeah.
Okay. You might actually recognize her then.
Okay. I wish I had notes on the first session because I think I was very precise about when I got here in the first session. But if anything, Cordoni might know the paperwork better than I do because she does that, or they do that kind of thing more often.
Oh yeah,
If
Cordoni might
Esther
know.
ever stayed at the house, then yeah, Cody probably knows.
Yeah, Cordoni probably knows who this is. Okay. Yeah, you'll recognize Esther Ambrose. She was right now she's wearing a she's wearing like a big wig. She's wearing a bridal gown almost. A bridal gown. The hem is kind of like torn. The the hem's like torn and frayed and everything. It's been through the ringer. There's some blood on it and everything. Of course, it's yellow. It coated with yellow.
Yellow, yeah.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Is this the same woman who was mentioned in that book of Shakespearean poems that Dorothy has? That we found in the mines?
It was like, fuck.
It was a
Blackbird.
love sonnet.
He's got
Yeah, love
fire.
sonnets.
Yeah, because it was checked out the library. Yeah, that's her, Esther Ambrose.
Okay. Because I remember doing a check previously about a theatre resident that's from the
Yeah,
house.
I remember saying, oh, it's got the checkout cards in the front. Yeah, this is her book.
Okay.
And yeah, you remember that she was essentially going to be she was going to be the star act, essentially. When the theater opened, she was going to be the star performer. And she was because they were going to have an opera, and she was going to be the main event, essentially. But time went on, and then she just kind of disappeared. Cordoni, you were doing the books, right?
Kadoni probably also showed her to her room and did a lot of the house. Kadoni probably knows her.
But you were taking care of the accounting for the boarding house, right?
Yes.
And Shiloh's
There's,
special accounting.
yeah. There's Kadoni's job.
All the money for the theater came from her.
Oh. Bitch is rich.
Yeah, or was rich at one point.
Guys, look, it's Brianna Boyle. She's got a wedding gown on.
I believe that is Esther, the woman who funded your previous employment, Dorothy.
The theater? Esther.
It's her
Esther.
theatre, technically. Well,
Esther.
Shiloh's, but...
What's her? Do you know her? What's her last name?
Ambrose, I believe.
And just kind of like
It is the same woman,
Almost the-
yes.
puts it back down. Actually, no, we'll deal with that later. It's just
She did go missing some years back.
How many years back? Do we know how many years back? Like, how soon after the theater began being built? Was this before or after John the first guy that we fought before?
It was prior to
It
Cantor.
was way before Cantor. Like
It's been... Cantor went a few months ago. This has been like a year or so.
yeah, like she disappeared maybe like a year and a half ago.
Okay. I know my brother pretty well, even though I'm not the most social person. I might not have hung out with her myself, but were they...
fine.
Yeah, they were banging. I don't know if they were together, but
Oh my gosh.
At her house
Tyler-
or at our house?
he's got a private room.
That's
Shiloh
so-
did instruct a fair few bottles of wine to be brought through me privately.
Yeah.
Do I feel like the
But
wedding gown is affiliated?
With Shiloh?
Or is it just that's her costume? Or is it like a woman scorned?
I don't think. All right. So you'll see another rack of costumes that she has. This isn't her only deal.
Should we go talk to her?
And she turns every once in a while as she's speaking. Oh, I can't wait to see the city burn. It's going to be our final act will be astounding. She does like a little this action, and then she'll like. The flames will be amazing, you know. She's talking into the microphone, and posing dramatically as she paces back and forth.
Marshall.
A, that was a very
what-
unflattering image for my camera to freeze on. B, the city burning does not sound like something we want to be particularly involved in.
Hey, Marshall.
It went from the theater to the city. She's trying to burn the whole city down?
Marshall, you know anything
Potentially.
about that Aether box?
Aether box?
Aether box? Like, does it sound like something? Does it seem like a magical thing, or is it just a regular road radio that she's talking totally normally to someone through?
It's it's a magical. It's an enchanted device. So it you have to use magic to animate it. But
is it like the voice coming through the other side? Is it like a chorus of 100 voices speaking at once, or is it like the voice could be named Doug? Like, what's the vibe?
It's not 100 voices. It's staticky, but there is somebody talking through. It's to be expected. It's you probably have an Aethervox. Maybe not at the boarding house, but you definitely heard him in other saloons around town. And the voices that come through, they're all statically like 1920 radio. That sort of deal. You're up top in the mountains, so it's going to be a little bit more staticky as there's poor reception and everything.
Okay.
As loud as she is, how did she sneak past those other people?
I don't think she did.
Regardless of whether she's coated in yellow, I believe she maybe just walked past. They don't seem to attack each other.
Should we try to sneak past her?
I think
There.
that she might be what we're looking for, don't you?
You do think she's Brianna Boyles?
I
think
believe
that
she
is
may be the
convincingly
person people are
dressed as Brianna.
addressing as such.
So there's no other way to leave, right? This is the last end of the labyrinth.
If there's anything else around here, that's all you can see from like where you're at, because you're really far back in the stands. So it's almost like I don't want to say like a high school gymnasium, but you have to come on out and then like climb up the stairs, to get to where your seats would be.
What should we do?
I think the only option is to potentially get the Aethervox from her and work out who she's working with.
After a hot second, she'll grab a branding iron that was on the table.
Does it look like the
And
one
start
that we have?
dramatically. I know exactly the place to attack him to do the most damage. This will not be any staged combat.
Someone potentially may have some arsonist tendencies around the city.
We could. Well, we should probably try to speak to her before we do anything else.
I don't think that
We
will
should
end
sneak
well,
up on
but
her and we should tie her up.
She's all yellowed up.
Maybe it's a good idea if some folks do stay hidden.
Yeah, I'm no good at talking to people, so while you talk to the yellowed up bitch who wants to kill my brother, I'll be ready with what? Rope? What do we got here?
You're
We
very
got some
quiet, Deanna.
rope.
Do we got rope?
We got some rope and we got some railroad nails.
Well, we know. Okay. Well, we can see if we can de-yellow her
And I got
first.
this knife.
Wonderful. Well,
I have a drill.
is the branding iron that she's brandishing? Does it look like the one that we? Who is holding on to our branding iron right now? By the way, and it's not Ridley.
Then I assume Cordoni.
Sorry,
Dodie.
Or Dodie. Did I have it? Let me look at my. I would have put it in my thing probably. Where's my? I don't have it in my thing, so I presume.
It's probably me.
Yeah.
Does it have the same?
Cordoni's just registered as like, it's dangerous. You hold this.
Yeah.
You're less likely to die.
Like I don't know what kind of angle we're seeing this at, if we have like a super clear view or whatever, but like what she's brandishing, does it have like, oh, this looks like the same thing that's on Ridley and is on the branding iron and is on such and so and the other thing? Like, is it that same?
Yeah, I think she cheats towards the audience, so you can get a good view of what she's doing and what she has. Yeah, it has the same kind of mark that Ridley has on his head and Cantor had on his chest.
I think it's time to confront the villain of the stage.
I think as you one last thing, maybe two last things. Yeah, two last things. As you're kind of like watching her and studying, you kind of like a little bit farther this side, you can see at the corner there's a stake that's like sticking out. Yes, a stake. No, I'm not gonna say it's sticking out. It's a prop stake, but there is somebody tied to it.
Okay.
Just a small point of order.
Yeah.
There's someone tied to a stake.
Yeah, so he's tied to a stake. He's hung up on it. You know, his hands are tied up. His chest is tied up, and his feet are tied up. You're gonna see.
Does he have tan skin and very similar features to a member of our party? Except 4 years younger. Is he my little brother?
No.
Okay. You're so confused.
It is not. It is not Shiloh.
Okay.
You can't really see his face because it's.
I look. It's not Brody. Brody's still with us. He didn't get
No,
kidnapped again. Okay.
it's not Brody, but his face is like wrapped up in not bandages, but
He's
like.
gone.
He's been Princess
Brody
Peach.
is the damsel in distress.
like he's been.
How do you
Like he's
get
been
that?
traveling a little bit, and it like there's like a mask pulled up over his face. He's been trying to keep the dust out, that sort of thing. His lower half is gonna be split open.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and there's blood
might
that's kind of like you might know. There's blood that's kind of been like his lower half is like stained black.
Oh.
Oh, he's black-blooded. Does it look
His lower
like?
half is stained black.
Yeah. Does it look like his blood is staining him, or does it look like another Ridley
he's
somewhere
cut.
splashed all over him? Yeah.
No, okay, yeah, it's definitely gonna be his blood because it's his belly has been like split. It's like the bottom half is hanging. There's a little bit of entrails, like hung
What the
out.
fuck?
So he's like dead. This is a dead man.
Is he alive?
Give me a notice check.
What the fuck?
He's
Can it be?
tied
Can Cordoni do a medicine check? Alive feels like a medicine.
Can I do a medicine check?
You're kind of far away. I'll call for notice.
Okay, well, I'll do a mode. Can we all
Can
do
I
it?
do a centering check?
Can I do a hope check? I hope this guy's alive.
Okay, I got a +1.
Do
to this,
you?
let's see how
That
this
sounds
goes.
like a pretty horrific fate to be alive
I
through.
got a
Yeah, but
6.
I'm so much. Can I also
Yeah,
do
I
a
think.
notice? Oh, yeah? Did it?
You can all do notice. I think I am. Yeah, I might as well call for horror duels right now. Fuck, I should have waited till you got out because that would have been more interesting. Fuck.
It's a 7 on the notice check.
I got a 6 on my notice check. Let's all do our notice
I
checks
will-
before we do our horrors. Or
Yeah, the
will-
notice. Go ahead.
I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead.
I was just gonna say, I will say before this started cascading, when they were still kind of chatting about Esther and maybe hadn't noticed Entrails Man, I think Dodie would have just said, I do think if we're gonna speak with her, it'd be good if she doesn't have access to the Aether Bars. And that was kind of like her last 2 cents before everyone started noticing the rest of the scene in front of him.
Can somebody turn it off? That'd be cool.
hey, you know what? Hey, you know what turns off electrical devices?
Robots.
Water immuno. We might be able to use that fucking stick.
Cordoni, you can't just talk to it.
I don't think that's how robots work, my love.
I think, because I think I'm apparently Cordoni now. I think Dorothy ended up with it because Ridley was just not super, like, kind of looked at it with Dorothy the first time and then was just like, if I remember correctly.
You can be attuned to one grimoire at a time. Y'all can attune to the same grimoire. Attuning to a grimoire is something you kind of do between adventures. So, Dodie, what did you attune to the dowsing rod, or did you attune to the Bard's book?
I think, I have to look. I think my School of Magic is the one where I can do. I have to look.
So I gave you a bunch of free immuto for the Bard's book, but
And it's scary, and I don't know if I want to use it. That there's necromancy. That's what the resurrectionists do.
So your notice checks real fast. It was probably TN8.
We got
Sure,
a 6 and
for
a
the-
7. Does anybody else want to do a notice check?
Sure.
I can do one in a sec. You guys go ahead and do it first. I'm trying to figure out where in the hecky I wrote my school magic.
Okay, 9.
9. Okay. Ridley, you're gonna see this guy is still breathing.
The power of hope lets you see his breathing.
He's still breathing. He's passed out. You know, he's not conscious. His head's lulled to the side. But he is breathing. Ridley, I think you might recognize this guy as somebody you gambled with before and took all his meat and took his dowsing rod.
Oh no! All right, guys. I think we owe this guy one.
It also may be incentive to go in a little bit quicker. We don't know how long left he's got. He's kind of bleeding out.
One last thing that Ridley's probably going to notice is there's going to be 3 other dudes.
3 more people with entrails spilling out that we noticed as we look beyond.
They're kind of sitting listlessly. No, also they're playing cards. They're chilling. They're playing cards. But they're kind of like if Esther is in the foreground, they're in the background. They're chilling back behind everything. Because
Are they?
She has a little more about the scene. Is like there's a bunch of boxes around, but there is a chalkboard, kind of like a chalkboard. You can't see it from here, but there's a bunch of papers taped up on the chalkboard. There's a map of like the Northern Hills that you can kind of piece that together from here. And yeah, there's the Aether box there, and then there's those 3 guys, and that's I think that's everything you need to know before coming in here.
So I have a problem.
Are the 3 guys human?
Yeah.
I have a proposition to make. What if we talk to her after we put that man's entrails back in? She can talk while tied up.
Mr. Hutch? They have a
What
hostage?
What if we convince... Sorry, go ahead, Hutch.
This is the woman that's causing that curse that's in all these hills.
Right.
I know she has somebody up there, and that don't look natural.
She definitely seems related to it. She is covered in the same yellow haze that we've seen the others.
She seems like she's desperate, though. Should we convince her that, like, maybe we're looking for a prime actress or something?
I'm assuming,
Also desperate to burn the city.
Yeah. I imagine that she's a woman who was upset about something. Yellow dust and whatever the voice in the ether box is got to what made her upset and drove her insane. I think it is possible to talk to her. I don't think it's possible to talk to her while she's got that yellow stuff on her and the aether box is trying to convince her of something else. I don't think we should try to kill her. I think that there's room for growth. But right now I feel like our impetus is to get to that man who has done nothing wrong.
Indeed.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Yeah, I'm all for saving this gentleman.
But we also gotta, like, there's 3 guys back there and they may be with her, so we gotta be careful. Maybe we should try to split them up, like the guys and then her.
I don't think we have the time for that.
Well, they might come for us, and then she would come for us, too.
Then
I think at this time, you'll probably hear, "Hey, you cheated!" And the other one's like, "No, I didn't cheat. You're the one who cheated over here. Show me all the aces in your hands." And they start, they'll start like rolling on the floor and trying to like beat each other up and stuff. Some yellow aura kind of like starts emanating off of these guys. And she'll be like, "Quiet, my dogs of war. Your time is not yet ready."
Couple things. One,
Yeah.
I don't have to maintain to my grimoire. This isn't the multiple one, but she wouldn't have really had time to attune to the Book of Loves. I mean, she might have had time, but she didn't attuned to the Book of Love Sonnets. So I guess that means I'm attuned to the walking stick. Because we did actually say that we spent time with it before, so I guess I'm attuned to that, and we're both attuned to that at the moment. Number 2, same team. Did you want us to make horror duels?
Yeah, I'd do it now. You've seen it now, so you don't do it when you're out there. You know.
What is that, centering check, or if there's
It's a
right?
willpower. I want to say 10. I have to double check, but
I got a willpower of 4, so that's all right.
Okay, I'm gonna give it a little. That's Cordoni fails.
I got an 8,
I
but
failed
is it
too.
really a 10?
Oh, because you've got, well, no, everybody else has a plus.
I have quite a high willpower. I'm very tenacious, but plus 4.
Cordoni definitely used to have a frozen heart, but not anymore.
You don't even have a
Get
heart at all.
through all
You
those
got a
low
throat.
things now.
Yeah, I think 10 is a decent enough horror duel to.
Okay, then I think we all failed.
I got it.
You got it? Wow, Miss Dorothy
Yes.
Rose is
The
not
necromancer
good.
is okay with the entrails.
How does that? How does this affect your? You're paralyzed for a turn. So how does that affect you guys?
I feel like Cordoni starts remembering things.
Ugh. What does she remember?
You've not asked her.
For the purposes of the narrative, what are the flashing images that pass in front of her eyes?
Cordoni remembers the time they spent ripping people's hearts out of their chest.
I think Miss Sutton is paralyzed because she is looking at that man covered in black blood and wondering if we can actually get to him. Whether this marshal that's with us will recognize that he is not quite human anymore and do away with him even if we can save him. What that might mean for him and what that might mean for Ridley.
Yeah, and I think Ridley's currently paralyzed in shock because he is also just, there's a lot going through his mind as far as horror goes, and just panic. His stomach hurts, and he wants to get to this man, not only to save him, but to ask him questions, because this might be his only chance ever to do so. But also he's scared for him too. It's just my questions now.
Miss Dorothy Rose, how do you
Dorothy's
deal
not
with it so well?
paralyzed, which is a shock. If it's willpower, she's not. If it's centering, might not be so good. It was willpower though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, willpower.
Yeah.
All right. Yep. So Dorothy is not, but I think that the reason that Dorothy is not is because she sees that and kind of does get a little and just has the chance to not let it sneak up on her and just closes her eyes for just a second. Mr. Hutch, would you please accompany me to attempt to speak with this woman? I do not think it's going to go well.
Yes, ma'am. I think as of right now, we might put I might put the investigation aside until this matter is dealt with.
In this specific situation and under these very specific circumstances, I am glad you're here. Let's go.
Doing all the good I can. He double checks his weapon and spins the barrel, closes it, and heads on out.
In this second before we start getting in contact with this woman and getting in position for what we're gonna do, Sutton's gonna, still kind of frozen and very fearful, just lean over to Brody. That marshal's not going anywhere near that man. He's not going to recognize anything. We understand each other?
Yeah, I understand. I didn't sign up for this, but let's got this. We got this. I said, got this.
Yeah,
For Ridley.
absolutely. Now be good, let's go.
Be good. Gets his pickaxe up and he's holds on to it. And you guys head out into the theater.
Just before we do potentially have the branding iron swung at us, Do we want to decide who's controlling which of our two subordinate characters?
Yeah, I'll refresh you on subordinate characters. I'm going to, unless you guys want to like do it specifically, I was going to give him anybody who has anybody who wants to. They get one action or they get one turn per round, but somebody needs to take the order action to make it work. Essentially.
Yep. It might be worth Cordoni with one of them. I'm happy to do either because whenever I issue an order to someone, I also issue an order to Screws for free.
Oh yeah, let me give you Screws for that.
Yeah.
I get the benefit of also having a little.
Yeah, I think let's play it by ear in terms of who happens to have an extra action. Is everybody comfortable? with
Yeah.
that? And then I think
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Cordoni
can kind of
makes
pass
sense
them
to
around.
know
We just have to make sure we don't order them more than once per.
Yeah. I'll
I'll try to
you
keep track of that.
want
But
one of us to keep track of it too, so we have multiple things going on.
yeah, sure. Double check me.
All right. Do we want to roll initiative now, or do we want to just get in? Is there a map that we should be on and getting into position on?
Yeah, I'll give you the map.
All right, I'm moving into.
Pretty much as soon as you walk in. What do you say? Who's doing the talking here?
Oh, I guess it's me. Really steals herself. She's not necessarily on her top game. She's kind of one last look over her shoulder at Hutch and at the rest, and says to them, "You try not to be seen if you can. Stay safe." And just kind of heads out. Once, maybe halfway down the amphitheater, if they haven't been noticed yet, because they're not trying to not be noticed. Deanna, what's up?
If you don't mind, I'd like to, before you go, just catch Miss Dorothy Rose's hand, go nod at her and reassure her to give her a +1 for her next turn. Just squeeze her hand and then quickly. Yes.
Mouths, thank you, and just about quarter to halfway down the episode, wants to leave space to make sure that hopefully other people don't get noticed or seen, but realizes she probably can't get all the way down without being seen. So when they get about halfway down, she's gonna. Are you Esther Ambrose?
So you say that, and she immediately perks up, drops the radio that she's talking through, stares at you, and is like, "Villains have found my secret lair! This cannot be! Go, my hounds! Unleash the dogs of war!" And the
Immediately?
perk up.
Yeah, I mean, they are under the thing. I didn't expect it to necessarily not go that way, but we had to try.
You did try, and try you did. But at this point, I think we do need initiative flips from people because shit's about to go down.
Down. Going downtown in an earlier round. What the fuck is initiative? I got +2.
It's on your sheet. Just give me a flip and add your initiative, and that's where we're gonna go.
All right.
That's going to be a 6 for me because I flipped badly.
That's gonna be a 4 for me.
4.
Oh, okay.
Christ.
So
Ridley got a 2.
Oh gee, I'm so glad I got the second highest initiative of our group with a 5.
I flipped
Question,
abysmally.
though. Where is the person on the map who is tied up? Because he's.
Oh yeah, where
I
is
don't
he?
see him.
He's gonna be over here.
Can I draw him?
Can
in?
we put something?
Yeah, let me put
I'm putting a crucifix
something.
because he's torn up. Sorry about that, but he's over there, right?
yeah. I got it's a little stake. It's a theater prop, you know. So it's got the base in the bottom, and the stake sticking on up.
How high is the wall?
Yeah, going up to the stage.
Is the
It's-
game paused? Because I don't appear able to move Dorothy.
Yeah, I can't move Donny.
Oh shit!
I'll
Yeah,
space.
you're gonna gotta do that.
And is it like a square of movement for each yard? Is that how we're doing it?
Yeah, 1 square per yard.
The big squares or the little more transparent squares?
A little more transparent squares. It's a little hard to see on this
Oh,
map,
this
but
is huge. All right,
I
all
know.
right, all right.
Oh yeah, we're miles away from them. Okay.
Did
But
did you two get up
Hutch
closer?
and Dodie
Yeah.
should be halfway there about.
halfway there. All right.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
like
I'm
near
gonna
the
push you a
base of
little
the
bit farther
stairs, like up here.
I wouldn't say up the stairs.
No, like here where I'm
yeah.
pinging, close to the
Yeah.
stairs. And then I would like to be a little further up as well. Not quite.
Yeah, as soon as I fix this real fast, you can go up. You can go up. I don't think everybody can get up on the stairs, but
We're not trying to be up on the stairs, I don't think.
yeah,
I'm
We're
just
trying to be like
curious.
round here.
If the stage is low enough to where we could jump up, or if it's like high.
it's you can't. You probably need an athletics check to climb up. Because it's how high, Danny, how high do you think the Smith Center is? It's like that deal. Like when you're standing at the bottom and it's like that.
Well, it's like maybe 5 feet. Yeah,
5 feet? It's gotta be a little more than that.
6 feet. I don't know.
It's taller than I am, so it's gotta be at least 6 feet.
Okay, but you can jump up and climb up with an athletics. That's what I want.
Yeah, you'll be able to climb up with
Okay.
athletics. But yeah, I think you guys can be over here. That's fair. I'll put them up there. And then what's going to start is going to be Esther first.
Love that for her.
it
Love
on?
that for her.
Well, Esther probably, has a stat above 2.
That's likely.
Esther's got an initiative of 13, so she's going to absolutely move first. And she's going to run her ass down. Okay, and she can do that just to herself. Awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It concerns me when a DM says, "Oh, they can do that." Awesome.
Yeah, it's never good
2.
for us.
Ooh, that's not what I want.
No, it's not very good.
She did not just grow in size. That's fine.
Oh god, she steps down and then she
4.
enlarges.
5. She's going to start hightailing it out to you guys. But the next thing that's going to happen is the cursed are going to go. Or did they move again? He's going to get into combat, or get into engagement range real fast. 10 just out of range. 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10. He wants to be all up on you. That was all of their actions, unfortunately. But they do have the yellow aura that is emanating off of them. It's going off of them. So, but that's gonna be their turn. The next turn is going to be Cordoni with 6.
Yeah, I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Waiting like the charge action
Mm-hmm.
and then attack. But because of the general talent I took recently, I can use heavy weapons as
Jesus.
part of my charge rather than normal weapons.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to use the fuck off drill.
The fuck off drill.
The fuck off drill.
In that case. Go ahead and flip me your attack, because her defense is gonna be 12.
Yeah. And that's gonna be a 13.
13. Okay. Alright, so you flip me 2 cards to 2 take lowest. That's how it works.
Yep, I'm quickly reading all the traits that this weapon has.
Weapons in this game have a lot of traits.
Yeah, I know, I'm quickly... Yeah. Cool. That's gonna be a black joker.
Joker, okay.
Oh.
And an 8. So,
Well, yeah, she's gonna go ahead and get right out the way of your drill that's coming at her. It's loud. It's telegraphed. She's good at stage combat, so she's just gonna do a little bit of this action, a little bit of that action around your drill. But you have a second attack, so go ahead and make that one.
no, I do not, because
It's a big ass weapon.
heavy attacks are 2 actions.
Heavy attacks with 2 actions?
Yeah, drill's an
Wow.
action to attack with.
In that case,
But I do have a screws.
you do got a screws.
Yeah,
I
what a
I do have a
screw.
screws.
Which you
Who's
can order screws as a free action, right?
yeah, I can.
Okay, go for that.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you can also get into charge range, so it's fine.
Mhm.
Screws is also going to charge, and it's going to give him a little stab. He's going to do 2 stabs.
2 stabs. All right.
2 stabs.
What? Her defense is still 12. Go for that.
Yeah, for stab number 1. That's gonna be a miss. Stab number 2. Stab number 2 is gonna hit.
What's the total?
13.
13. All right, that absolutely hits. Go ahead and flip some damage. You already got the Black Joker out the way, so we're not
Yeah.
not too bad over here.
It's gonna be weak damage. It's gonna be 1 damage. It ignores armor for what it's worth.
1 damage that ignores armor. Well, the wedding dress doesn't do too much in the way of armor, but so 1 damage that ignores armor. Okay, which is over here.
And then, sorry, go on.
Little knife that goes right at her thigh. That is puts her off balance a little bit, but is like, haha, she pirouettes out the way of the first attack.
Haha.
And as Screws kind of like runs on over to me, Screws gonna look over and just lift up like a little extra bit of metal plate and like screw it onto part of my leg where a bit's been missing. I'm gonna discard a card to use the right tool, which lets me add 1 to my armor for the next turn.
Ooh.
Okay.
Neat.
How many cards have you in your hand?
I have 1 left after using that.
Okay. All right, awesome. Okay, so that was Cordoni up next. We have
I believe it's me.
Dorothy next.
Oh
with
no, you're right.
5.
It is Miss Dorothy Rose.
I think Dorothy is gonna turn to Hutch and say, Mr. Hutch, I'm awfully sorry, but now is probably the best time to tell you I don't really have any way to fight people in close quarters, and is just gonna back up. It's better now that Cordoni's here. She was gonna leave him alone. And that's, I can go 4.
They
What was
get
it?
attacks of opportunity, right? Unless are you
Yeah,
disengaging or
just
anything?
the,
Discretion is
yeah.
the better part of valor. If they get off their attacks, you don't move. You can attempt to move again.
Oh, okay. Let's see if it,
They like all have sentinel feet.
Yeah, pretty much.
it's just those 2.
She's gonna swing at you for 13.
Oh, she's got a pretty high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she
But is there
tries to,
like
block her with
is
the branding
there an
iron.
action, like a disengage action that Dorothy could take so that she doesn't have to do these?
Yeah, that is the disengage action.
Do you want to do
You
that, or
don't
are there
get-
other things you wanted to do?
No, as in, there isn't a disengage action that doesn't provoke it. Like, disengaging is walking out.
Really? Well, that sucks.
Yeah, there's no.
Okay, never mind.
There's
think
some
I-
traits you can get if you're like some classes which let you get benefits, but
Performer and Gunfighter are not those ones.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah, I'm not. Former and gunfighter, and yeah, nope, it's not that. So, yeah, I guess, God, so I guess that also means I lose that action point as well as get hit, because
Yeah, you don't get hit, you just don't move. But you can attempt to move again.
you can attempt to flip your defense. If you succeed the defense, you get to move.
Yeah.
Alright, let's do that. Okay, what's my TN? 13, right? Okay.
Yeah, she's
Let
swinging
me
at you
get up
again.
pants.
To keep you, she wants you right there.
Oh
You ain't
shit!
going anywhere.
16? Will that do it?
16.
Yeah!
Absolutely. You slide to the left and you slide right on that ice exactly to where you want to go. Performers over here.
Same team, what about the guy in front of me? Does he get a swing?
They'll both attack you at the same time. The highest one is going to count.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
That's what works on tabletop, so yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I've backed up 4, which is my movement. And with my other action, then she grabs the guns that were already loosened in the holster, pulls 2 pistols out, and is gonna shoot with one. And then I flipped a 13, so I did not fail.
Yeah.
Shoot
So
him.
go ahead. Who are you gonna shoot on this one?
Oh, I'm unfortunately going to aim directly for the Esther. Yeah.
Esther, absolutely. You can absolutely, and you don't have to randomize because you're good at your job. So go ahead, flip me some attack. That's gonna be a 12 for defense.
All right, pistol.
Esther's relatively high
That's
level.
gonna be an 18.
18. Jesus Christ. That's a
She's
margin
just a
of
very good shot.
success, right?
Yeah, I think. Well, yeah, no. You said a 12 TN, right?
12 to 18
Yeah.
is definitely
So 18. Yeah, that's
Yeah, so that's an 18. My brain was going 16 for some reason, unbeknownst to me. Oh, because that was. Yeah, nope. I have no idea why my brain said 16, but it's an 18.
You got it. So it's gonna be
Flip
a
2,
straight
take the higher
hit.
one. What is margin of success means you get to flip 2, take the higher.
No, it's you get to do a straight flip as opposed to a
Yeah.
negative.
Man! Alright.
Because the idea is you get to cheat this one with a card from your hand. So if you've got the severe damage in your hand, go for it.
Yeah, which I will. I'm gonna flip it and see if I want to cheat or not.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna cheat. That was a 1. Alright. So I'm going to.
Damage? Absolutely not.
Yeah. I am going to cheat in, and it was she's got a Collier Rough Rider and a B&D pocket. The Collier Rough Rider was her main hand, was always her main hand even when she was a 1 pistol fighter, so I'm gonna assume that's the one she shot with.
Sure.
I'm gonna cheat in 12 of masks,
Severe
which is
damage.
severe damage. That's 4 damage.
Okay.
And my trigger goes off, which is ricochet. So after damaging, which I've just done, another character within 3 yards of the target suffers the same damage, and it cannot be cheated. So it's whatever the 1, 2, or 4. So yes, it is the same in this situation. Because it was severe damage. So 4 and 4 match up just by coincidence in this case. But so she's gonna take 4, and the guy with the little blue token is also gonna take 4 damage.
Okay,
As the bullet
absolutely.
ricochets off of her and hits him.
Double check them real fast.
Woohoo!
I'm a
Jeez,
scary
Louise.
bastard with a gun now.
You are very good with a gun.
Yeah.
Okay, that is good.
And that is my whole turn.
Plus 4. There we go. Okay. That is your whole turn. All right. So next up is going to be, we got Sutton with initiative 4.
Alright. I'm gonna. Okay, so when I'm using my I know in charge I have to go in a straight line, but when I walk I could go 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5. Like, can I move on a diagonal there? Like,
Yeah.
You
absolutely.
can for walking, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna move up there, and then I'm gonna use a tactical action, and I would like to impose and use an intimidation check on Miss Esther, which I took as my level 0 general talent that I got at some point. I took gruff. I'm difficult to read, and I get a bonus. I get advantage on intimidation and deception checks because it's difficult to read what the fuck I'm talking about. And I say, "Hello, Edith. Esther? Esther.
Esther.
Yeah. Hello, Esther. I noticed you've been writing quite a bit about my brother. And I want to try to make an intimidation check to see if I can cause an imposition on her."
Yeah. And it's versus her centering, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I already
Centering.
flipped for it, so I know the results I got already, but I'll be quiet for a second.
Centering is based on tenacity, right?
Tenacity. Yes.
Centering is tenacity, yes.
Okay. So we got 4.
So it would be tenacity plus whatever that rank is.
12.
I
It's
got
the
a
end of the 12.
13. I got a 10 plus 3 for a 13.
Jesus
which
Christ.
means, let me pull this fucking thing up again, sorry, real fast. Which means that she takes 2 negatives. No, just 1 negative to any attack that doesn't include me as a target. And it lasts until the beginning of, or the end of my next turn. So she has to target me, essentially, unless she wants to be real shitty at it.
Okay. And she says, "Oh, Sutton is your brother? Oh, the winds of chance are in my favor today."
You were a terrible actor then, and you're a terrible actor now. Come on down.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
And that's gonna be all I can do on my
anyway.
turn. That's 2 AP.
That's 2 AP. You have your 0 action?
Oh yeah! Yeah!
See, I'm on the same team too.
Yeah, let me double check my fucking thing. Reassuring Herald 0, I can, until the beginning of my next turn, all friendly characters within 3 yards receive a +1 to any duel that they take. And you still have the +1 from my trigger earlier. So everyone, this gentleman here, the Marshal and Cordoni and
Screws.
Screws.
And me,
Scorpion
right?
goes,
I get it too.
You are more than 3 yards away from me. But if you get within 3 yards, no, I don't
Am
know.
I?
You might be too far away.
Yeah,
now.
you're far. Dan, you're all the way down there.
Is each square a yard? I'm confused.
Each
what
little
Each squares you are.
So you see,
but
you're probably looking at the big squares. Within each of these big darker squares are 4 small light squares. Do you see those?
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, the map is much bigger. You remember Lauren's
pretty
maps where every square was like half a foot? This is
insane. Okay, I was planning stuff that's clearly not gonna happen. Okay,
Yeah.
go on, sorry.
So pretty much everybody but everybody but Ridley and Brody will have a +1, and absolutely everyone already has a +1 because they are still in this fucking ice palace. So just 3 near me have +2 to every check that they make until the beginning of my next turn.
You got me there, man. So yeah.
I'm just a very reassuring presence. I'm like,
Exactly. You're here, and we all. Thank
everybody needs a tall butch to make them feel better, and I'm here to do the job.
We appreciate it, Diana.
Thank you.
Anything else you want to do on your turn?
Nope, that's 2 actions and a 0 action. I would have to use a regular action to command Brody, right?
Yeah, you have to use is one of your actions to command ready.
Yeah, somebody else can do that.
Okay. Next, last but not least, is going to be Ridley with an initiative of 2.
Okay. All right,
What do you
let's
want to
see.
keep? Danny, did you flip a card for your initiative?
What do you do? Yeah, I flipped a card. I flipped
You flipped a 1?
I flipped a 2. I have an initiative of 0.
Okay, all right. I'm double checking.
Even if I added my 1 from Sutton, which I forgot about, I would have got that. I'm last. It's fine.
Okay. What do you got on your turn?
Okay, so I've been trying to look at. I did not need to see square. What's 4 squares? Okay, I'm gonna run as much as I can. I guess that's like 1 set of movement, right?
Yeah, what's your movement?
4. So I'd like to start going diagonal because I really pretty much muttered to the others, "I'm gonna go for the guy," and he's gonna try and go this way because everyone else is blocking the stairs.
You can also run, but it takes 2 action points. It depends on what else you want to be doing.
I kind of want to throw a bomb at the guys though.
They are all there.
Then I'll go for the red guy.
Okay, there we go.
I'm just trying to be very mindful of where I throw bombs.
I know. But we do have that. Yeah, so go ahead and flip me some damage or some attack, and their defense is going to be 10.
Okay, let me see. I'm gonna flip. Oh yeah. Okay, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
13. Okay, so go. You beat it. Flip me 2 cards. Take lowest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it's 14. Does that make a difference? No, right.
I don't think it does.
So
Okay, just making sure. Because I keep forgetting Sutton's +1. I need to remember
yeah,
that.
so do I.
Okay, flip the low. Take the lowest. 6 and 12. So 6.
It's about to moderate damage. How much is that?
Well, heck yeah. All right,
Perfect.
moderate damage is 2 BB.
2 BB. Okay. So that is plus 2, and then we got.
So who gets it? All the guys?
All 3 of the guys.
And also
And
the death
Esther?
marshal.
And
Esther and the
Sorry,
Death Marshal.
Mr. Hutch.
he can handle it.
He's fine. He's tough.
You just
Yeah.
hear him. Sorry, Bill. It already made a fire anyway. Oh, and it's +3 burning. Does that make a difference?
Yes.
Plus 3 burning.
It absolutely makes
does.
a difference.
Yeah.
It does everything.
It hits Esther.
Oh, sorry.
I'll also say, death marshal hard to wound, so he's all right.
And he's already made a fire. His head's already on fire, so he's probably resistant.
Yeah.
So that's going to be 8, just 8. Minus 8, or plus 8.
Actually, I don't know if that really applies to blast damage. So
It does not.
maybe he is screwed.
And that's okay. Sometimes you have to break a few eggs to make an omelet.
I will cry if I kill this
And they'll have burning plus 3.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
His head's on
Ridley's
fire
just like-
anyway. He's immune to burning. I'm sure it's fine.
Ridley's in the
not.
background, like, yeah.
Not.
It's not really fire, it's more like a spirit magic. It just looks like fire.
Oh, look at his big old head. Look at
This is
it.
actual fire. All right. So that's going to be. Really, do you have anything else you want to do on your turn? Oh, there's this.
I think that's all I can do. I think that is. I think I did a lot. So
It didn't hit Cordoni, right?
Narcon is
no,
good.
no.
All right, awesome. Because next up is going to be Esther. Esther at the beginning of her turn is going to take. Burning takes down every turn in this game. Okay.
So she takes 2 damage and then goes to burning 2. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Unless it's changed in second. I'm double checking if it changed in second edition.
Yeah,
That's what it
double
used to be.
check it real fast. Plus 2.
Yeah, I'm double checking for you.
She is going to need to flip a deal real fast. We're going to the deals over here.
Deal.
You guys are fucking tough apparently. The critical effects.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, just flat suffer damage equal to your burning condition.
Oh, so she takes 3.
Yeah, but it ends immediately.
Okay, so she has 11 wounds.
But it's at the end of her turn she takes damage.
Okay. The end of her turn she takes damage. Okay. So
Yeah.
what she's going to do is she's going to
Interesting
over
theater
here.
you got here. I noticed there's nobody in the audience. I did impose on her as one of my actions last.
I know.
Okay.
I know, and guess who she's going to fucking attack?
Hi,
The-
baby.
Screws has an opportunity attack.
Oh yeah, I guess he does. Go ahead, flip for Screws. Her defense
Screws is
12.
gonna
That's
fail.
correct.
Screws failed.
Who's goes?
Failed? Okay.
We'll get rid of the 2, so
Tries to bite her heels.
little scissors kind of like nip at the tendons, but doesn't really accomplish very much.
I think. Oh, is she gonna?
Sutton sewing scissors.
Oh, she doesn't. No, she doesn't have athletics. I don't think she's gonna be able to push Cordoni. So I think she's going to.
She can try.
You can try. Yeah, she's gonna keep trying to fucking run. I think.
She's running
Yeah.
just towards me, or where's she going?
Okay. Cordoni flip an attack on her.
And that's gonna hit.
Just
That was gonna hit.
Drill.
Okay. She does that. Why doesn't she?
It's the other side, it's Coloni's arm, her just grabs her arm.
Yeah, and yanks her on back before she can escape.
You know, it's crazy, Esther. You're thinking about him far more than he ever thinks about you.
Jesus. Oh, now I have to attack you.
That's my fucking job.
Alright, she's gonna take a fucking swing at you.
All right, do it, bitch. What am I flipping?
Go ahead and flip some defense, TM 13.
Great. Let me see. I got an 8 plus whatever the fuck. 8. Scroll it up. I got a 10, so not great. I got
A 10? Okay. So she is gonna take a whack at you. Go ahead and flip me 2 cards, take the lowest.
Okay. Got a 10 or
Uh-huh.
a 9.
Moderate or moderate. It's going to be what was the suit? Do you remember what the suit was?
For the 9?
Yeah, for the first time that went around. For your defense flip.
For my defense flip. Oh no. I don't remember.
No?
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
I
I
should pay
can look
attention.
through it if you want me to.
No, you can't look through it in this. It's not the best.
Oh, okay, sorry.
But yeah, she's gonna go ahead and hit you for 3.
For 3? Okay, well,
Yeah.
I have armor of 1, so I'm going to take 2. Alright, and I take that, and I'm alright.
How
What
many
is
wins
she
you
doing
at?
to me? Is she just slapping me?
No, she still has the branding iron from before and gives you a good crack across the skull with
Is
it.
it hot? Or is she just whacking me with a metal rod?
It's not. No, she's just whacking with the metal rod. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, it's not hot. But she does crack you with it.
Alright, she smacks my head to the side, but I got way more hit points than that, so I just shake my head out and I go, this is very
How many hit
sweet.
points do you have?
More than that.
You still took the damage. You still have the damage from the mountain climb, right?
I didn't take any damage from the mountain climb.
Okay. Well, there we go. I think that's gonna be her turn. Next up is the cursed. And the cursed are going to go ahead, and yeah, this one's gonna go over here and also swing at Sutton.
None of them are interested in Mr. Marshall? Oh, and she didn't forget to take her 3 damage, did she? What about her critical effect you were talking about?
Oh yeah, let's do a critical effect. Let's do a critical effect real fast.
I want to
Flip
see
me over a
Ridley
card.
burn her to death.
Flip me over a card as she's still on fire.
Yeah, Ridley, you wanna do a critical one? Or
Sure. 13.
In that case,
There's a good one.
13 rounds.
Flip me
Getting the
one
horns.
more card.
yeah, we went to the higher one.
We went to the higher one.
And it's on RAM, so that's on the head, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, we're generating
11.
11. Okay.
Killer.
It's going to be a seeping wound. At the start of her turn, the character can choose to become slow. If she does not become slow, she suffers 2 damage that generates a weak critical effect. Okay.
Oh my god. Okay, Ridley, when you
Can try
burn
this,
her,
right?
what body part do you open a wound on? What seeping
it
wound
depends.
do you give her?
It's,
Face.
no, Tomes is the head.
Oh, okay. What's Ram's then?
Ram's is the chest.
The chest? Where
Rams
does it
is
have
the
to be?
chest.
Tomes
Okay.
is the, so she has a seeping wound across her head right now.
I was trying
Yeah.
to hurt her moneymaker, but I guess the
Oh, no,
chest works.
Oh,
it is
just
the
go
fla-
right on
it
the
is the
tits.
face.
Just cut her.
You flip tomes.
Oh, I flipped Tomes?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you look, it's 11 of tomes.
Oh, it is her face. Wow, she's
Yeah,
never going to
it's-
be an actress
Her
again.
face is kind of like melting. Not melting, but it's like you leaving horrible burns.
Oh
on
my
your face.
god.
Okay, so that was her turn. The curse is up next. The curse is going to swing at Sutton, and Sutton is going to roll me a defense flip of 11.
Oh shit! Whoop! Yes, I am. Yep, I fixed it. Okay.
Hope so.
Defense 11, right?
Yep, defense 11.
Yeah, it's gonna be 16. Fuck you.
16? Fuck. I don't know if they can charge if they're in combat, or if they're in melee range. I forget.
You can, unfortunately. You can still make 2 attacks, but you can't charge.
Okay, well then I will remember that for next time. Team moved and attacked. Next up is going to be this gentleman over here.
They each
Who is
take
going-
3 damage at the end of each of their turns, if that makes a difference. Because
Oh yeah, they do, huh? Okay. Okay, this guy's gonna be gone.
Really?
Yeah, this guy burns and passes out, unfortunately, or fortunately. But he's gone.
The blue one?
The blue one, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I
This
had done
one's
4
going to-
damage previously, so.
We're doing so great
this
at
one's
being
going to
non-lethal,
swing at-
guys.
Button.
All right, am I doing another one?
Yeah, another one with TN of 11.
That's a 7. That's a 7.
I think this one is going to charge because it's a straight line and I can do that.
Okay, I got a 7,
seven?
so I failed. Should I just flip my defense for the second one before I do, or do you want to do them separately?
No, do it separately. Flip me 2 cards. We're gonna take the lowest one.
Okay. 3 or 2.
3 or 2. Okay. 2 damage to Sutton.
Okay, so I take 1 damage. Oh my gosh, there's so much on this character sheet. Okay, so take 1 damage because of my armor, and then
Sutton armor over here.
and then I'm going to flip again, right, for another attack.
Yeah, because he's swinging again.
So that's a 10. That's gonna be another failure.
Okay. Flip me 2 cards. Take the lowest.
Okay. It's gonna be an 11 or a 7.
All right. Moderate damage. So this is gonna be 3.
Okay, so I'm gonna take 2 damage. That's all right. I'm beginning to look fairly hurt.
Okay.
And then anybody else doing anything to me?
Yeah. This last one is also coming out.
Really, none of them. I only targeted her with the imposing. They're all attacking me.
All right. Let's get Cordonia with this one.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm fine.
Okay.
Guys, thank you, shit.
Yeah, we'll get Cordonia with this one, and we're going to go ahead and give me some TN 11 defense.
Gonna be fine, I think. Yeah.
Okay, I'm paying attention to the triggers now. That's gonna be a Rams. So it's going to be a straight flip.
No, it's not.
They have a trigger that goes off. They're gonna
Even if they miss.
Oh, they miss?
Yeah.
What'd you get?
I got a 12.
Oh, in that case, he's gonna hit you with the second attack and try to. Yeah,
We're gonna do it again.
we're gonna do it again.
Still,
And he's gonna
still
miss
good.
All right. That was his turn. Next up is going to be Cordoni, but these guys do have the yellow aura that's emanating off of them. So Cordoni, you're going to become enraged.
Sweet, just flat out when he checked for that, or just become enraged.
You become enraged until the start of your. No. Yeah, you have to pass a TN 10 centering duel or become enraged. So go ahead and flip me that centering duel.
Okay, that's going to be a flipped an 11.
There we go.
So yeah, I'm good. I mean, don't wrong, I would have been fine if I failed anyway because it's just hit people and
Yeah,
I'm in
you're right
range.
there. So.
Yeah.
So it would have been pretty good for me regardless.
Unless you punched Screws. Imagine if you just drop kicked Screws over to the other side.
That'd
of the
be
stage.
horrible.
Yeah, it'd be very
I
sad.
love screws. I would force Deanna to draw like sad art. 'cause-
Yeah, just a very sad little ball rolling away.
Poor boy.
Okay, let's do a one-action attack on the crazy bitch.
Okay.
Let's.
That's
I
not
believe the deck's out. I believe
Deck is
Mr.
out?
DM, you
Jesus
need to
Christ.
reshuffle.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that means that we get another card, right?
Yeah.
Hell
You
Draw a
yeah.
get
card.
a card.
Hell yeah.
I now have 3 cards again.
Love that for us.
Yeah. Because I missed an attack last turn, and I gain extra cards if I miss a pugilism or pneumatic attack.
I love the Herald Pursuit, but I never make charm checks, so I very rarely draw a card.
Yeah. Alright, making a flip. That's gonna be a woeful miss. I'm assuming her TN's higher than
On
Eight.
her or on the boy?
on her.
Okay, her defense is 12.
Defense is 12. Let's.
You cheat it?
Yeah. Let's cheat it to make it a 15.
15, okay. Well, that one is absolutely gonna hit.
Yeah.
Bonus of damage.
Negative flip, yeah.
Yes.
Weak damage. 4.
Or, go ahead, flip me a card real fast.
Nice. Red Joker.
Red Joker. All right. Flip me another card.
14 plus how much damage she's taken.
Yeah. How many? You did 4 damage to her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you also had all the previous damage taken after she hit 0. So
Yeah.
whatever her minus is.
So how is
Yeah.
our plan to
That's
talk
a-
to her going?
That's a 1.
A 1.
1 plus
Okay.
whatever how
One
many
plus
wounds she's
9.
taken. That's 10.
Okay. 8 equal to her current number of negative wounds. Okay. So I think this might just cause her to pass unconscious. Because it's fucking... And she doesn't have it. Okay. Yeah, she's gonna pass unconscious at that attack.
Yep, so drill. Just drill things.
Yeah, it does drill things. How do you... What do you... are you gonna try to kill her? What are you trying to do here?
Well, okay, so the last thing Kadoni did was stop her running away by grabbing her with her arm. Like, actually, using her hand. So I feel like kind of turning on the heels, kind of, in order to ensure she doesn't run, drill going straight through the legs.
Yeah.
And just removing one of the legs.
She'll never do this again, dude!
Just her left leg is no longer there.
Oh my god. Okay, alright.
So hot.
With that, she passes out and is on the floor. I don't want to say bleeding out, but it's like she's...
No, it's...
Unless
Kadoni has the option to, like, electrify the weapons, so... Cauterizes it, I guess.
Cauterizes the missing leg.
Yeah.
Great.
We wanted to question them, yes?
That's the plan.
Something like that.
Kadoni nods, and then looks at the others.
Go work.
Screws. Screws rolls into the one next to them.
Screws rolls into the one next to them?
Wait,
Okay.
Yeah, does a charge and give him a stab.
Okay.
I'm
Give him-
assuming
just
he
give him a-
can't go upstairs because he's a little ball.
I assume not. That's gonna be a miss, and then that's gonna be a 11.
11. Their defense is 10, so you that 2 take lowest.
Gonna be moderate damage, which on Screws is, I don't fucking know. 2.
2. Okay. This guy's down as well. That after the fire and just one more little stab into his fucking leg, and he drops.
Yeah, Screws does not do non-lethal damage. Screws just goes, like, as he's like huddling over, like, depends on the fire, Screws just goes knife into the jugular, just back into his little socket.
Well, hit him while he's down. Oh my god.
Screws is an execution tool.
Oh my word.
And then, like, makes happy chirping noises like BB-8.
Okay, sure. Next up is gonna be Dorothy. Yeah, she's not within range of the other guy.
What other guy?
Dude's McGee over here for the
Oh. No, not in melee range.
No. So you can take your turn normally.
Cool, love it. Gonna back the hell up. Again, next to Brody at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like look over the shoulder, like, you alright? And doesn't wait for a response. I mean, he can.
I'm ready. Being a supporting character, waiting for orders.
First, yeah, that's the problem, is action economy.
Yeah.
First action is to try and, again with the Collier Rough Rider, try to shoot green guy there.
Okay. TN's gonna be 10.
Okay. With the I only get the 1+ because I'm not close enough to Sutton at this point now to get the 3-yard one. So
I think that it's just when I take the action that you get that additional 1. So as long as you were within 3 yards when I did it, then you're all
I
good.
see.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So I was being real reassuring,
That's
and you carried
just-
with you.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's just 10.
Just 10. On the
And
money.
you would not believe that I got a 10 from what I flipped, but I've got the 2 buffs and I've got a high score.
Yeah, I keep on forgetting to use the buffs.
This is the first time I've remembered. I'll be completely transparent about that.
It's like guidance all the time. But you are going to flip 3 cards, take the lowest on this guy.
It's gonna be weak damage. But I got some low cards out of the way for y'all.
Nice.
It's gonna be weak damage, which is 2.
2? Okay. All right, you do manage to shoot this guy, and he does not last too long. Are you're trying to end him, or?
I don't think she has any. I don't think she has any interest in keeping this man's life. Especially seeing that the one chick that seemed to know something is presumably unconscious, if perhaps dying slowly.
Mhm.
I think that she's not gonna try and like. He can't non-lethal a pistol.
I don't think so. Unfortunately.
So does two, and takes a beat to see if he looks like he's still up and needs to be put down.
Yeah, he takes a hot second before he falls onto the floor.
And she just tucks her guns back in her holster and she says to Brody, I guess that wasn't too bad.
That's impressive work, Miss Wesson.
Yeah, I don't think it'll really help on the trial. And she's just gonna kind of move forward now that are we out of combat?
Yeah, we're gonna be out of combat.
Okay.
I would like
That's
to,
yes.
just while staying on initiative for a second, I would like to use my 0 action to heal a hit point, please. Unrelentingly, before we leave dramatic time.
Unrelenting. You can do that. Fuck.
Yeah, or relentless, I think is what it's called. That at the beginning of my turn, I can choose to become slowed to heal a hit point, and I'm going to fucking do that because I'm now on 5 of my 7 hit points, and I'm gonna lower that a little bit, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely.
Since Ridley was heading towards the guy, can we say that he reached him by now?
Yeah, you're out of combat by now. So you run over to this guy. Esther is on the floor. Esther's on the floor. So unless somebody's taking care of her.
Cordoni, if you don't mind.
Cordoni will make sure Esther doesn't die.
Okay.
Yes, at least.
Make sure her wound's tied up. Make sure she's not bleeding too hard. She's got a big, massive burn in her face. But Ridley is over here next to the trapper from before. And he's tied up, head down.
So Ridley's gonna take the knife that. Well, actually, while he's still displayed in a very convenient fashion, what's that?
There's a bunch of objects on the floor that are kind of like around.
Okay, can you
them.
describe what the auction? What are the objects?
I know there's a list over here somewhere. Hold up. I know there is a.
Well, I'm not.
Sutton will take a look at those.
I'm not
balls.
shuffling through the objects.
No, you're just going right to them. I just want to make sure you don't trip over the object.
One of them is a bear trap.
I'm slightly lagging too.
Ridley
It's not a
loses
bear.
his legs.
If I'm talking while you're talking, that's why.
Right. There's a dried heart, a jar of blood, a plate with several teeth, a hangman's noose, a rusty set of bloody thumb screws, a set of handcuffs, and a chipped knife.
Well, like a good time.
Yeah, and those are kind of
Ridley
like
has
arranged
his-
around him.
So Ridley has his own knife that he already showed everybody.
Okay.
But first, before cutting the guy loose, he will frantically take out his needle and thread that I believe he collected from. I think it was the mines. I don't remember where we got it. I do know I have it because I have it written down.
Okay. Sure.
And Ridley will be trying to sew this guy back up.
So he cuts him down and then sews him back up. Okay.
No,
I think it was the
keep
other way
him
around.
up
We'll
first.
keep him up first and then okay. Gotcha.
Yes.
I thought you used the knife.
That way, it's pretty openly displayed.
Mm-hmm. So you're trying to mess with the blood is black as it's coming out, so you're able to like get in there, and you're
Ridley can get in there, yes.
and you're getting in there. You're trying to lift up the flap of skin, that's there. The a lot of the entrails are like sliced in half. And there's like his pancreas is like sliced open, and his spleen is like still oozing bile and everything. But you're kind of getting halfway there, and doing your best. You're not really a doctor, so you're not. It's not the best work, but
do I need to flip?
No, I don't think you need to flip on this one.
I don't need to flip to sew this guy back together. Okay. Can I flip it all to ensure that? Is there anything I can do to make this a safer situation and more ensure that this guy survives?
As you're doing what you're doing, he kind of wakes up. What's happening? Don't do it again, please. Don't do it again.
You'll be okay. It's fine. We're here to save you.
Who are you?
We'll talk later. Just stop talking.
He kind of spits, and more like black spittle comes out of his mouth. Calm me down. Calm me down.
Okay. Ridley will cut him down and gently set him down.
Okay, so you kind of use your knife. You cut the ropes on his hands, and they fall loosely down, and he kind of like falls down on top of you as you're doing it.
No, the fuck he doesn't. Nothing's falling. I'm not conversing in this scene, but nothing is falling on top of Ridley right now. I'm gonna catch that man and set him up.
You're gonna catch him? Okay.
Yeah.
You'll probably take one.
That's fine.
Yeah, take one wound from the black blood. But it's he falls on top of you. Ridley's going over there, cutting his feet loose, and you kind of put him down. And it's like, oh, thank you. And looks over.
Go ahead.
You have that kid from before.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
You got my stick.
Yeah, I do. Wait, do I? Does Dodie have it, or
do.
does Ridley? Dodie has it.
But we, as a unit, we do.
We do have it.
As a unit, listen, kid, I don't. It's mighty kind of you, but I don't think I'm making it through this.
Well, isn't there anything we can do?
She was keeping me alive.
Well, okay. Well, she was keeping you alive, so can we.
I don't want to be alive after this, kid.
You can do it. It's okay. You want to be alive when you're not in pain anymore.
I don't think so, kid.
Why do you got black blood? Have you always had black blood?
Listen, kid, she did something to me. She did some kind of ritual to me. She cut my stomach open.
What does she do to you?
I thought it was done for, but she tied me up to that post. Some yahoos out in the woods kidnapped me. They brought me up here. They tied me up to the post, and then she started chanting. She started cut my stomach open. My blood spilled on a branding iron. Did that again and again and again. Kid, just take care of my stick, okay?
Mister, no, don't die.
It got me well. I guess you will too.
Cordoni, she conscious?
She's alive.
Right, get up here.
I think
Understood.
simultaneously to this situation happening, because Dorothy's not up there, I think she was actually trying to help Pat the death marshal out because he was burning.
He's on
Oh,
fire.
yeah, his clothes are on fire. Yeah, she'll go up to him and take care of him and everything. Absolutely.
Dorothy's very clearly standing in front of him, one to like kind of be in the way of that scene, but also so that she doesn't have to look at the entrails man, and is just, Oh my, okay. I'm so sorry that happened. He's very good at what he does, and just patting him, trying to put him out, basically.
Yeah, he's mighty fine with those bombs, and thank you kindly for patting me out. But I think I got it from here.
Right.
With this, we take care of this here curse problem.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. And kind of like reluctantly looks over her shoulder at what's happening over there with the man who's probably just.
Is there any way to stabilize this man before we can get him to a city with a hospital?
Cordoni will look and go, it may be unpleasant to see if you'd like to look away.
Are you gonna save him, Cordoni?
Of sorts.
Of sorts, okay.
Of sorts.
Yeah, what are you gonna do, Cordoni?
Is Ridley looking away?
Ridley will, like...
I think the Death Marshal, Mr. Hutch, is gonna come up. Hey kid, you did really well with those explosions over there. It's almost took some of my face off along with theirs, and he kind of pats your shoulder and everything, and kind of like gets you over.
Yeah, and as soon as Ridley looks away, Cody's gonna snap the neck.
You gonna kill him?
Yeah.
I don't think there's any other option.
Yeah, it's a quick death.
Yeah.
As opposed to the potentially days-long death he's been having. Coney does it in a very surgical, quick, just done. As soon as Ridley's not looking. Sutton probably still sees it, but, you know.
Sutton puts her hand on your shoulder and gives you a little bit of a squeeze.
He's saved of a sword.
I think. Yeah.
What do you got, Ridley?
Oh, I was just gonna say, I think Ridley's trying not to cry in front of the marshal, so he's like sniffing and like rubbing at his eyes, and he's trying to kind of like subtly do it. But his arms are covered in the black blood that he was, trying to work on that man with, so.
Absolutely.
Cordoni, if you don't
I think
mind.
Brody's gonna come over and try to comfort you too. He's gonna do his best. He's gonna he's not gonna touch the black blood, but he is going to, maybe put his jacket around you, something. Do be comforting. What else do we have?
Mr. Hutch?
Oh yeah. For a moment, Sutton's gonna turn to Cordoni as though to ask her to do something, but then sees that Brody is with him. That's fine. So Sutton can do this herself. She's gonna kind of, if she can, take whatever coat or a piece of fabric or something and roll up the man and pick him up. He can't stay here. And start moving him out of the area. And Sutton will keep herself busy with that.
You says no?
Mr. Hutch? We still probably should interrogate Miss Esther here, but I do not believe talking to her here is the best place. If you'd be so kind, if your pine box is empty.
Well, my pine box was intended for
Ray.
resurrectionist, yeah, but
I believe we're currently working together, at least.
for the time being.
Should your investigation come to the conclusion, though I personally believe it would be incorrect, that Miss Wesson is a resurrectionist, then we're still traveling together.
I do have my eye on you for the time being. If you guys prove more dangerous while I do have someone in custody, let's just hope it doesn't come to that.
I don't want to be a danger to anybody except anyone who's trying to hurt other people.
Do appreciate that.
Yeah,
That's
well, what are
something
you
I'd like to
gonna
check.
do if we end up saving the city? Because that's what we're doing. that Esther lady's trying to set everything on fire, and she been killing people and turning them into things.
If we do end up saving the city, well, my investigation might just come to an end. There'll probably be more things on the docket than one rogue non-resurrectionist.
That seems agreeable, Miss Person.
Of course. That's more than agreeable.
Would somebody like to check the Aether box?
Yeah, I'll do that. And she's like immediately like, okay, I'm gonna go over to it. Knows shit all about Aetherfox, but any excuse to get out of that conversation.
That was why I could only said it. It's very much a give Dodie something to do kind of.
Yeah. Can I do a
Make a willpower save.
right?
Check,
I'm the new Esther now.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I was gonna say, can I do like an Arcana, but that doesn't exist. Can I do a magic type check, and which one should I be doing?
Yeah, well, I can use like artifacting. It's a yes, it's powered by magic, but once it's on, you still have to know how to make it work.
Yeah.
So it'll be either
engineering?
artifact or engineering. Yeah, one of those two. You can start putting it together.
Kodoni will happily assist at a +3.
Okay. And then we also still have, we're out of dramatic time, so do we still have the bolsters from Sutton? Yeah, because we're still in the...
Yeah, you're still in the same environment, so as long as we're here, you still get it. Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so that's a pretty hefty plus, which I'm gonna need. Sure I am.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be like a TN, right, 8 or 9, some shit like that.
Okay.
To get it working.
Kodoni's got 3 ranks in both of them, so whichever one you want to do.
Yeah.
Sure.
Alright, Sutton, you're picking up the guy and going over somewhere else. Is the idea?
Probably gonna bury him outside unless I'm needed in here. Yeah, I don't think Sutton doesn't. Unless people need her to be here, she's not gonna be here.
Okay.
Brody was
fair.
covering the one thing that she thought maybe she could do, which is great. He should be the one to do it, but
Okay.
yeah.
So, Dorothy, what you got?
Got. Yeah, I'm fine. With the ranks and the help and stuff, it was 15 or something.
You'll absolutely be able to get it working. You can get this thing working. It has a specific frequency that it was speaking to before, but it's on. You know, it's just sitting there. Is there anything you like to do with it?
Get the microphone.
Mm-hmm.
How dumb is she? Pick it up, and just say, "Am I speaking to someone on the other end of this?" Into the microphone.
There might be a few minutes, but
Do you want me to flip anything?
no, I'm deciding how I'm going to approach this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, serious moment. The mic is coming closer.
Oh,
to the
okay,
face.
yeah.
Hello, is Esther around? You don't sound like her.
Nah, I'm her replacement. It seems.
How may I help you?
Well, just curious who you are. She seemed to have a nice setup here. Wondering who her generous benefactor was.
I'm just bringing about the inevitable.
From the other side of an Aetherfox?
One can only do so much chained up to the guild's desk.
So you're chained to the guild?
Aren't we all in such a way?
Yeah. Seems like we might be. Would I have an opportunity to talk to you in the future, Mister?
You might. Assuming Ridley survives. Assuming you survive.
Yeah, I suppose we'll see what just plays out then.
I suppose we will. May I ask who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
That's awful rude. You're the gentleman, you haven't given me your name.
I don't have a name. It was taken from me, just like everything else.
What was your name?
I wouldn't tell you if I could.
I sure as hell ain't telling you mine.
Nowadays, when I write my name, it's just a blank space.
What? Danny had a huge reaction.
Danny had a reaction.
Yes! Like I knew it! Look in the chat.
Oh, okay.
And, hey, no, you know that great, Dorothy, who doesn't know shit, once again, is just, alright then. It's just a blank space. Maybe I'll call you Mr. Space. Or maybe Mr. Blank. Nice to meet you. I'll give you a pseudonym, I guess. You can call me Rose.
Is there anything you'd like to get out of this conversation, Rose?
I got everything I needed. Good day, Mr. Blank.
The radio just cuts out.
I got a
I
blank
think probably
space, baby, and I'll write your name.
I'll write your name. I was like,
As soon as he said chain to the guild desk, I was like, what is it?
The hottest NPC we've ever met.
all right, okay.
I'm glad people remember him.
Huh?
I'm glad people remember him.
Oh yeah, he's primary in my notes for sessions.
I liked him. Actually, with that being the case, do you think I'd have any record? Like, it might not have dawned on her immediately, but would she have a chance of recognizing the voice?
I don't think so. It's too staticky. You're too high up. It's very.
I figured.
Yeah.
All right. Just gonna look to Cordoni, who's there. Just say.
Cordoni will kind of nod and look to Hutch. Well, Hutch, it appears you have your criminal mastermind to look after.
I suppose.
Like a bigger find to bring back to the guild?
Oh, I don't think he'll need to be bringing it back. Sounds like he's inside.
Uncovering for the guild, then. Should begin as promotion with it.
And we'll see. So what exactly was his plan here?
Create these wraith fetishes and apparently destroy Ridley.
Well, I don't know why he wanted to destroy Ridley. And I don't think he would have told me. Maybe I could have tricked him into it.
Well, we do have a great investigator with us. And we seem pretty good at our own investigations so far.
And we could ask Esther.
I do believe we're all going home.
And hopefully we can question her there. The further away from this stuff we can go, the better. But, I think I'm gonna have to look around to make sure we haven't missed anything.
Seems wise.
Can I do, I don't know, notice or... investigation?
I don't think you'll have to notice too much. There is like just by looking around, there's the chalkboard that was up there. It has a lot of like news articles taped to it with like, the local man opens theater. star from Malifaux, soon to be the headliner, things like that. There's a picture of Shiloh Blackbird over there with his eyes scratched out.
She's so dramatic. I love it.
And then there's like furs around. There's some like camping supplies and things up there too. And it looks like more climbing supplies, ropes, some fur armor, and things that you can use to get up. Yeah, unless there's anything super specific you're looking for. There's crates up there. You can bust those open if you want, but
Legend of Zelda style. Pachow!
Yeah.
We're smashing open those crates.
smash open those crates. There's branding irons inside.
Don't love that. Can we bury those? Who?
Yeah.
Is there
Well, some of them hum. The one she had and the one that you have, it's you can tell it's a little bit more enchanted than the other ones. It's stained up the handle and up the with black blood. These ones are just metal.
Yeah, but they still got the insignia and stuff on it, right? So
Yeah, they have the same symbol.
Just get rid of it. Put it in a hole in the ground and leave it there. I think Dorothy, while they're sort of sorting everything out, Dorothy's just gonna say, maybe she'll be able to answer some questions, but there's so much unanswered. What does this have to do with the cult of December, if anything? And what about those creatures in the maze? Were they what he was getting made into, do you think?
they were made into it? Yeah.
I think, in relation to the cult, it was just simply the same place.
I see.
There's still not anything I know about.
Okay. Then, do you think maybe we could... Kind of looks to Hutch briefly, not as in like asking him, just a sideways glance, and then says, "Can we go back to Ridley now?"
I believe so.
Heading back sounds like the proper course of action. We can meet up with this Mr. Blank, I think.
Not to mention the fact that, well, if the city's in trouble, and we might be the only ones to know about it.
It's
Or
certainly
it was
beneficial to
in
have a guild
trouble.
official with us.
Yeah.
I'll give you all the pull I can.
Thanks.
Back to Ridley then.
Real quick, is there any script in the guys' pockets that died? Because they,
Don't need any
might as
more.
well. They were gambling, so.
They're not gonna use it.
I don't think they would have had any.
What were they gambling with?
Body parts. They had like each other's fingers in their pockets.
Yeah, I don't think they weren't like keeping track. They were just like passing time. And then when a bad hand pulled up, immediately got super angry because they're cursed. So there wasn't any risk.
Okay.
They're just angry.
So what did you say? There's furs? I'll take that.
We're selling it.
Yeah, like
pack.
bedroll stuff. It's kind of like to make it warmer because it's still pretty fucking cold up here.
Stuff for the
Oh,
trip
it's
back,
not like-
maybe.
It's not her fancy ass, like.
No,
like
it's not like a
meat
fur coat. There's
He's trying to get us
there's
paid
a
for
few
this
theater
endeavor.
supplies up here that she would have brought with her, like costume changes, but costume stuff. It's not fancy.
All right. I think are we detailing out? Are we closing up session soon?
I think
I think we might be.
if y'all work your, I don't know how difficult it is for us to get out through this maze if we have to sneak through and everything, but if it's relatively simple, Sutton would be outside, probably the front of the chapel when y'all get out, having dug and buried Trapper as what is the word I'm looking for? Unobtrusively as she could, and put some sort of large stone as a headstone and tried to smooth the snow and the ice over it, and then stood and leaned against the wall and waited for y'all to come out when you're ready.
I think Dorothy comes out and just kind of... She looks tired. Has her arms kind of, not angry crossed, but just like almost hugging herself. And she's just ready to go back.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we might end up calling it there.
I would like to do something real quick.
Yeah.
Because we're changing out cards soon, right?
Yeah, we're gonna be changing out cards. I'm not super worried about the guys who are in the maze. You'll probably be able to sneak past them the same way you did before.
We
probably
know
okay.
the route now. It's not.
Yeah,
Unless,
and as long as you're quiet about it and everything, it's not, you're not under any time crunch, so you'll be good.
So as they're heading back, Ridley will be by Hutch, and he'll be like sniffling and just like, and he'll like reach over and hug him,
Hutch?
and he'll, yeah.
Okay.
Then he'll be like, "Can I call you Bill now, since we've been through such a traumatic experience together?"
He looks at you. Marshall Bill to you, kid.
Can I hold your sheriff badge on the way back? And I'd like to try to bewitch him with my big wet eyes.
big wet cow eyes, just. As you
Do
get
they
older,
get-
your pupils start becoming rectangles, and it'll be harder for you to pull it off. But for now,
It'd make me feel a lot better if I could just see a real one in person and maybe wear it for once in my whole life.
Well,
You can't say no to the kid.
I know. They're
They're literally heroes of the people. That's kind of that thing.
I know. All right, let me read you this. Well, kid, he takes off. The badge of office is a very important thing, but not just anybody can wear it. But it's getting pretty dirty. I need someone I can trust to shine it up for me. How do you feel about that?
I can shut it up, sir. Please give it to me, and I'll wear it the rest of the way back.
You might not ask for it back to the bottom of the mountain, but yeah, sure.
He'll grab it from Bill, maybe a little too eagerly. He'll be like, "Thanks, Bill," and he'll run off to wash it in the snow. So I guess I didn't have to flip for that one, huh?
No, it's fine.
before we end the session,
It's narrative.
I think as we're starting to head down the hill, Cordoni and Sutton will often lead, but I'm assuming Bill is leading at the front with this kid and everything. Sutton's gonna catch Cordoni.
Does he
real
finally
fast.
let Dorothy out of his sight? For a while?
He holsters his weapon, but he's got a keen eye. He hasn't dropped his suspicions just yet.
Yeah, but I've been walking in front of him this whole time. Would he allow me to walk behind him?
As long as he's aware of your prey. He's not letting you get too far away, I guess.
That's fair. He's not trying to pull anything.
Yeah. Better not be.
I was just trying to establish marching order.
Yeah, I'm just gonna catch Cordoni at the back for a moment before we start heading down the mountain again, or camp, or whatever we need to do because it's been a long day. But just
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Cordoni,
Yes.
thank you for doing what I can't always bring myself to do.
I'm unfamiliar what you mean.
I don't think you are. And if there's ever anything that you don't want to do, you just let me know.
It is my duty to protect you and Master Ridley. By extension, Miss Rose as well. It shall be done.
That goes both ways. I get.
You and I both know that's not entirely accurate. But I do appreciate it.
Thanks. You want to put your normal arm on, or you liking the drill for now?
I'm actually going to drop to the ground. It's going to only pulls it off the back. Be attached to the actual one. It is still more me.
Let's go home.
I'm going to pick up the drill.
Is Dodie gonna say anything?
Everybody gets to see
To
you.
who? everybody else that I'm just, I mean, I could speak to Brody, I guess. I think actually Dorothy is unusually quiet. At least the first part of the trip back. Just seems kind of withdrawn.
I gotta do more with Brody.
Oh,
Poor foot.
I do want to ask Phil.
Okay.
Do you know Lady Justice?
Do I know Lady Justice?
Crawling out of Ridley's hat comes Little
Yeah.
Justice.
Little Justice.
Well, this is Little Justice, and Little Justice was named after Lady Justice. Gonna thrust him in his face. Do you know Lady Justice? Could we possibly meet Lady Justice? Maybe she could also meet Little Justice.
Little Justice reaches out his tiny hands and reaches towards his head.
Lady Justice is mighty busy keeping the city safe.
And so are we.
That you do have quite a point there. If we make it back to Malifaux City, I'm sure I'll put in a good word for you.
That's so exciting! You're gonna meet your own namesake, Little Justice.
Oh my
Little
god.
Justice
What am I
is
gonna have to do?
desperately reaching for not Bill, for the Marshall.
Ridley will put him on his head.
That's mighty fine, but why don't you keep your pets to yourself, kid? You're busy shining up that. You got that badge? You're busy shining it up?
He likes you. Yeah, it's right here. I got it. I'm still
Good
shining.
job, kid. Let's keep going down the mountain. Brody comes over. He's like, hey, quit bugging the fucking cop. Come on.
We're friends now.
He's literally stopped booking an Avenger. Like,
Yeah.
level of thing.
Yeah, you're friends until he decides to arrest you. Come on.
He's not gonna arrest me. Hey, this is Brody. He's like my big brother. Just like gets shuffled away.
With all due respect, sir. Until you know something happens. Come on, Brody. Grabs your hand, drags you.
With all due respect, until you fuck that respect up. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Brody's bold.
Brody's about to get shot.
I love Brody
growing
now.
Brody.
Yeah, Brody's a dumbass, is what Cononi's learning.
And Little
That's not
Justice
new.
was
Like
lays back
Even more so than
sadly.
Codoni already thought.
Little Justice
Even
just
with the
lays
bar.
back dramatically in your arms, Ridley, just so verklempt not to be held by Bill.